Why wouldn't we be live?
Nah, but
Are we jumping right in,
we jumping right in,
or
bro.
are we taking an opportunity to rant? Like, what are we doing?
Wait. I want to make sure. Because we're just testing this out with the YouTube and the Twitch. I want to make sure like everything is like running smoothly.
All right. Well, while you figure that out, I'm gonna go on my rant because I want everybody to do something. Anyone that's watching, anyone that's logging in, maybe you can post this on the TikTok as well, because
Yes.
for a year, myself and Coach Hugh Jackson did a show every single week, 52 episodes, and we talked about there's a need for more black head coaches in the NFL. And one of the things he always brought up was that
We're good, Fluent.
it took a lawsuit. It took legal action for the NFL to allow black players into the NFL. Right? Some people don't know that. That's what it took. So now I want to make sure that everybody goes out and supports Brian Flores, who's bringing this lawsuit, because this is what it's going to take to change stuff. Because all the talking, I don't know if you know this, for people listening, I hope you guys know this on the show. There's a report that the NFL puts out every single year. Okay, the inclusion and equity report. It talks about there being a need for more black head coaches and how important it is, but they never do anything about it. And when you see the stats, it's public. You can go search it. It's available. The NFL inclusion and equality report, I believe, if you look that up, it's straight from the NFL and a third party who does. It's disgusting when you see the data. So don't just think of Brian Flores, he's being crazy because he's not getting a job because he got fired. No, he's 100% correct and good for him. So don't start bashing him. Don't start, because people are gonna say, oh, he's just mad because he's not gonna. No, he's right. He's right. We need to all remember to talk about it, and because that's the only way we're gonna change it.
What's
So
up,
that's
Corey
my
Davis?
rant to start off.
It's a good rant to start off with.
Hey, Rant. Fellas, how are we doing today? Ben, what's up?
Good, man. Good. I got a lot to talk about today on this show.
Any
Got a
opening
lot to talk
remarks?
about. Hey, man. Glad for y'all to be in here, man. Hopefully, this gonna be a great show today, man. For sure.
Mr. Alabama himself.
Hey man, y'all see it. Hey, 2023 national champions coming up. We won't lose a game. You can bet your bottom penny on it. I got a lot to talk about, man. A lot of people, Jimmy G, all that. It's a lot of things I got to talk about, man, because I want to set the record straight with your average, your casual football watcher about Jimmy G and what he possesses and what makes each quarterback elite, what I'm saying, in the NFL, because I don't think people realize that those 32 quarterbacks, that's besides Baker Mayfield, but his backup is, you put his backup, he goes right into the second pool. Not to be too long in the opening, but I want to let everybody know what makes each quarterback elite in their own way and why they're the best quarterback in the world if you look out on the global scale. So,
Got you. We will
yeah.
definitely get into that.
Mhm.
Dub, what's
Yo,
up, bro?
what's
How
good
you
with
living today?
y'all? Shout out to the chat. The chat is active today. Appreciate you guys. We're gonna address everything that you guys are over here commenting about with Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, all that we about to get into, man. So you just hold off that little intensity. I see y'all going crazy.
And last but not least, I got my man G Baby in the house with us today. Hey, welcome to Players Choice Gridiron. I know you was on the other Players Choice. Now, welcome to the other side of the field, man. How you feeling today?
Doing good. Football is actually more of my forte, so this is right on my alley. So I'm excited, ready to get to it.
A man with a lot of sports knowledge. He about to drop some bombs on you guys today. So, man, we got a jam-packed episode today. As
Hey,
always,
Ron.
I know you guys. What's up?
One more shout out. Shout out to I Am So Godly. He just him and his girl, they're in the hospital right now delivering a baby. So he was on the
Congrats.
show.
Wow.
He was on the show last
Congratulations.
episode on Players Choice. So shout out to I Am So Godly, bro. Wish you the best, man. Happy to see a new life brought into this world, man, for real.
Great.
Congrats,
Definitely.
congrats.
We got a baby godly on the way. That's good. Glad to hear. Yeah, man. So this weekend was crazy as every weekend of the playoffs has been, man. It's been crazy. All these games going down to the wire. It's just been action-packed football. So we just gonna get straight into it. Our first game of the week. We're gonna talk about the Chiefs and the Bengals. Fellas, let's get to it. The first question is: did Patrick Mahomes choke? Who wants to kick us off?
Ben got it. Ben
Nah, nah,
got
nah.
it.
Nah, I think Dub, bro, because he said Chiefs going all the way Super Bowl.
All right, so I'll go ahead and open it up. I'll leave it for Ben and Dub to finish it off. I would really want to hear what Fluent got to say about this, but I'll just start it off right here. I would say Patrick Mahomes didn't choke because if you look at how he played, and Dub, if y'all follow us on a Clubhouse, Dub spoke to it and he hit it right on the head. I don't know what everybody else's definition of choking, but how Dub explained it, choking is basically if you take a player and you look at how he plays, if he does not perform up to that standard of what he showcased to the world, that would be choking. Like, for instance, I don't know how to put it, but basically, if LeBron James, who averages 26 points, if he goes out there and scores 12 or 8,
like what he did in the 2011 finals.
Yeah,
that was a
versus the
choke.
Mavericks.
That was a
That was
choke.
a choke.
That's more of a choke versus for what I saw from Patrick, because I try to tell people this. This is why it like frustrates me so bad. In the playoffs, dog, everybody is trying to win. Like, so you can't really say nobody chokes because everybody is out, bro. Listen, everybody is out there. Clear eyes, full hearts. If y'all ever watch Friday Night Lights, this TV series, you'll know that. Clear eyes, full hearts. When the game is 21-3, man, it give me chills, bro, because I get back on that sideline, dog. I played college football and playoff games and everything, dog. So I know like the ambiance and the emotions and everything, bro. The everything, dog. Like everybody's locked in, bro. 21-3. I have to put myself on the Bengals sideline, dog. And if I'm on that sideline, I'm finna think, bro, we came all the way to the AFC Championship to get blew out. Hell no. So now I'm finna look at my guys and say it's gut check time. How much of a man are you? Are you gonna sit out here to continue to lay down and let this dude continue to storm all over the league? Or are we gonna write our own history? Them boys got up, they started rushing the passer, they started batting passes down. I wanted to show these guys in Players' Choice of Play where they showed the DN number 91. I don't know his name right now, but they showed a play to where he pass rush. Patrick Mahomes scrambles. He chases Patrick Mahomes. That way, Patrick Mahomes reverse field. He chases him all the way and pushes him out of bounds.
Yep.
Instantly, after he pushes him out of bounds, this dude gets up and throws up on the sideline. You sitting there, you finna tell me Patrick Mahomes is choking, and you got guys out there putting everything on the line like that? Dog, in my head, as a football player, somebody who's played and took that preparation and knows the preparation that goes into each and every football game, dog, that shit almost brought tears to my eyes to see that, because you really see it for the young people at home. Number 91, whether they won or lost, that boy left everything on the field. He left everything out there. They just so happened to win. It was 21-3. There's 18 points in the first half of a game. They come in, they score a touchdown right before. You can easily say, oh, Patrick Mahomes was greedy. They could have went in 24. But that's more so coaching than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is doing what he's programmed to do. He's a baller. He take risks. He take gambles. This is why we know who he is. He's doing nothing, but that's who he's always been. So he got it to his best playmaker, which is Tyreek Hill. If you go throw it to somebody behind the line of scrimmage, I would throw it to Tyreek Hill behind the line of scrimmage, because I feel like he might be able to make a play. He just wasn't able to make a play right there. It happened.
It wasn't that. It was great defense.
Yeah, that
Phenomenal
too. All of it. All of it that factors into them losing the game. Choking is something like what Aaron Rodgers did when your defense only give up 6 points and you only go out there and score 10. That's choking. That is choking, because we've seen it. Ghostface Killer, the RZA, he throwing passes, he flicking the ball all over. He's smiling in DB's face. He's telling everybody what the play is.
Discount, double check.
Against the Niners, discount, double check, all of that. Now against the Niners, you ain't telling them your plays. You're not smiling at the DBs. That's choking. Patrick Mahomes went out there. It was one point in the first half. That boy was 13 for 14 with like 200 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Bama, the chat saying you're giving him excuses.
It's not
so let's take those excuses away. So it's interesting. You said he went 13 for 14, which means he went 13 of 25 the rest of the way. Here's the thing. I don't necessarily believe or like the term choking, because I've said this before. You got to look at multiple. If you just look at the statistics, you would say he choked, right? Because I just mentioned he started 13 of 14 and then went 13 for 25. He threw 2 interceptions. He had a fumble that he's very lucky that his offensive lineman covered, because if they don't, there's no field goal and that game's done. They don't even make it into overtime. That being said, if you are to define choking, choking is not playing to the level of standard that you've created for yourself. So did Patrick Mahomes play to his level of excellence? And the answer is no, he didn't. But to Bama's point, I don't call this a choke. Let me be clear. However, if I were, I would say it's a Kansas City choke, not a Patrick Mahomes choke. 2 reasons I say that. 1, at halftime, take the damn points. Take the damn points. When you have your foot on someone's throat, you don't take it off, you stomp. That's how you play sports. That's how I was taught to play football.
Well, hold on, no. Do you think that was them attempting to stomp them by going for a touchdown? Because I think if they score that touchdown, the air's at us. Well. Yeah, the air's at us. It's that.
Yeah, but now you put it in the player's hands. It boils down to coach. You kick the three. You play to win the game.
You take the for sure 3 points versus I get it. What you're saying is that might have been the nail in the coffin, but then you have to make sure it's an end zone play. As good as Tyreek Hill is in the open field, I get all that stuff. You don't leave it to chance. Take the 3 points, go up 24-3, and it's just as defeating, because what happened is, by not taking the points, I was more offense, but I played a little bit of defense. And when I played defense, here's what I thought. They stopped them. And I said this as I watched the game. The Bengals are going to go into halftime saying that was a big stop, because they're getting the ball back. Don't forget, right? That's why I say take the 3 and then get the ball back again. But Bengals defense now starts to be like, hey, right? They're up. We stopped them. Now we can stop them again, right? And they didn't score another point. Well, they scored, but you know what I'm saying. So that was a big momentum shift that maybe they didn't think about. The other part where I say that the team, you know that you're not a very good defensive team. Let's just be honest. You're not a very good defensive team. What do the Kansas City Chiefs need to do to win games? Score 30 points. And they didn't do that. Because guess what? If they scored that 30 points, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs need to score 30 points to win. That's the way they're built. They win this game. So that's why I say they didn't push hard enough, because I think they started to get a little lax. I think they're actually better, if you can believe it, when they're playing from behind, right? Because they're more free and they take better shots. So I think they really shot themselves in the foot. I don't want to bring this up, but since you brought up Aaron Rodgers, me and Dub are going to have a conversation, I'm sure, later. The first 4 years playing of Patrick Mahomes and the first 4 years of Aaron Rodgers playing, very similar. For almost 5,000 yards, a bunch of touchdowns, an MVP, a Super Bowl. But we don't call Aaron Rodgers. We didn't call Aaron Rodgers top 5 after his 4th year playing, did we, Dub? Maybe a little premature.
Did he
peak a little early?
Did he go to back-to-back Super Bowls? Did he go to back-to-back Super Bowls?
Hold on, season 1 MVP. No, not quite as well in terms of the team.
Oh, okay.
He also didn't have the same team talent as Mahomes does.
I'm just saying. He has 10 playoff wins.
I want to put this out there early, right? Mahomes came into a situation where he got to sit behind Alex Smith, a very good quarterback who was a teacher, not Brett Favre. A very good quarterback who was a teacher. That team was 10-6. He then inherits that team that was already 10-6 behind a great quarterback with Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, don't sleep on him, Kareem Hunt, a running game. What does he do? He explodes, wins MVP. The next season, wins the Super Bowl. Then he loses to the Super Bowl. Now he loses in the AFC. What have they started to lose? They lost the running game. Bama, I know, is going to talk about this later. We completely forget how important running backs are. They're garbage. They don't mean anything. No, they mean everything. If you're going to win. Everything. So now guess what happens next year? Always big contract kicks in. Oh, now they're not going to have enough money to pay everybody. You're going to see a decline, and I think he's going to fall out of your top 5, just like we don't say Aaron Rodgers or, hey, look, Cam Newton had a good 4 years. Andrew Luck had a good first 4 years. That's why
You
I
see?
say give them year 7, year 8, year 9. Then we can start talking how
You
great
want to
they
know?
are.
You want to know
'Cause-
why this is so funny? You want to know why this is so funny? Because we haven't
Because
seen.
it's fact.
No, we haven't seen this level
Fluid.
of dominance from Patrick Mahomes, bro. I'm serious. 4,000 passing yards in 4 straight seasons, 4 AFC
Rodgers
championship
did that.
games, 4 AFC championship games,
Breeze did that
two
too.
Super Bowls back to back, 1 Super Bowl. Then on top of that, he has 10 career playoff wins. Guess how much Aaron Rodgers has for his career? 12. Don't bring me that, man. Don't bring me that.
Early
Mahomes doing
success, baby.
the
Early
Mahomes doing
success.
what he's doing in these first 4 years is unlike anything we've ever seen in our entire
Agreed.
lives. Anything.
Agreed.
And he is
Agreed.
better. He has done more.
He's also gone into a better situation.
How many guys has walked into a great situation? Aaron Rodgers himself walked into a great situation. Steve
did?
Young, a guy that you like, walked into a great situation.
Hold on,
Do we
hold on.
penalize
And
those guys?
tell me about Aaron Rodgers, the situation he walked into in that hostile with the other quarterback who hated him and didn't want to help him and freezed him out.
So
Tell me how good that was.
you're basing that
No,
off
tell
of
me how
one
good
guy.
that situation
You're
was.
basing that off of one guy, one
Okay.
quarterback.
Tell me about that offensive team. How good was that team he walked into?
They was
So
good. What are you talking about?
I will say this, Dub. So
It
when
was
it
as good
comes
as
to like
Kansas
that,
City.
See,
when it
this is
come to
what you're doing.
quarterbacks, though,
You're
when it
context
come to
bending.
quarterbacks,
Wait,
you
hold
kinda
up, Bama.
want them to
Because
pass
this
it
guy has
down.
Steve Young. No, wait, this guy has Steve Young in his top 5. So why come you're not trying to discredit Steve Young for having Jerry Rice and being behind one of the greatest quarterbacks ever? I don't
9
understand
years.
that.
9 years. That's why.
Oh
9
my
years.
God,
You
9
gotta
years.
gotta show me longer. Gotta show me more.
What? He's
Gotta
gonna
show me
show
more.
you longer, regardless.
We
He's gonna
talk
show you
basketball.
longer.
We talk
I'm
basketball,
just
right?
saying.
Grant Hill,
You cannot
really
sit
good.
here
Brandon
and
Roy, really
you
good.
can't sit here and tell me just the way a guy's brought up
Brandon
and
Roy
try
was
to
fire.
knock that for his case. You can't do that, bro, because that's
Yes,
not
I
what we
can.
go off. We go off of how they perform on the field. That's exactly how we go off
Oh,
of,
we do.
regardless of what
so-
happened.
Okay, we go off how they perform on the field. Let's remember that we move to wide receivers.
So
Go ahead,
Doug,
T-Mac.
let me ask you a cool question. So you have Mahomes top 5 all time, with the assumption that he's going to continue to do this, like for
Nah,
let's just say
I just said
So
no.
I
It's not
think-
even
No,
the
no.
assumption.
Let's be
Correct
clear.
me if
He
I'm
said
wrong.
if he
I think
retired
Dub is
today,
going- I
if he
think
retired
Dub is
today,
going
he's
off
top 5.
Because I remember Dub saying this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dub. Dub factors in their athletic ability as well. Like he doesn't just factor in their accomplishments.
so because of the talent then.
It's talent. It's
And I could-
when
I
we're
could- I
talking
could
about
see why you would say that.
If we're talking
Well-
about, you have one of the most, probably arguably the most talented quarterback ever, who has literally done just as much as a lot of quarterbacks in NFL history. So if that guy's talent level is that high, he has a lot of career accomplishments going his way. What else do you need? If I guarantee you, if he doesn't do
Longevity.
if he doesn't do anything else, as if he just racks up 4,000 passing yards for the next 10 years, and he
Oh, that's
doesn't do
something.
anything else,
But that's
he would
something.
still be top 5. He would still
All
be
I'm
top
saying
5.
is, you want to know who Patrick Mahomes share all of his physical accolades with, and everybody gonna be surprised. And I looked at this, same age, everything. Jameis Winston. Where Patrick Mahomes is 1, Jameis Winston is 2. Where Jameis Winston is 1, Patrick Mahomes is 2. So we could think about a lot of things. That's why I say I put Jameis very high on my list. But you know, if we want to just look at physical abilities, what they did with their physical abilities, you got a guy right there that don't everybody respect, right there with the same type of numbers Patrick Mahomes have, all of that. So I could Dub. So this is where I kind of understand what Fluent say with the longevity thing, because of that reason right there. So if you look at it right now, with these 4 or 5 years he's been in the league, he's sharing his top spot with somebody like Jameis Winston. Would
What?
you say Jameis Winston is top 6?
Wait, how is he sharing his top spot with Jameis
So
Winston?
I'll pull up the stat where they had Jameis Winston first and second. So it was like passing touchdowns, passing yards, all of that.
And what
So
about
with Patrick-
interceptions?
So see, now you moving the goal.
That's not the goalpost. That's the main
but-
reason why I love Jameis Winston, and I thought he was amazing.
But what
He's
I'm
a turnover
saying is
machine.
the original purpose. So if you want to look at Patrick Mahomes' 5-year stats of pass yards, number 2 is Jameis. And if we just gonna compare these 5 years or however long Jameis Winston been in there, ESPN even had it in there. Jameis Winston is
No, but my point is
switch back
that's
and
my
forth.
point.
You
That's
see
my
what I'm
point
saying?
about Aaron Rodgers. Okay, just hear me out. That's why I say you're not calling Aaron Rodgers top 5, right?
He
But
is
if you
top
just
5.
look at, he is top 5 too.
Yeah, I believe just because of this whole nonsense doesn't disregard him for being a top 5
So
quarterback of all time.
Do you have anybody top 5 before the year 2010?
Peyton Manning was there. Oh, Joe Montana.
Ooh.
Oh, Joe Montana. Okay. So hear me out. Because if you look at Rodgers' first 4 years, I think he threw for like 17,000 and something yards. Patrick Mahomes, 18,000 something yards. Completion percentage, super strong. He's an MVP, won a Super Bowl. It's very similar. Yes. Did Patrick Mahomes, and again, you love to say, the team. What about the team? It's a team sport. It's the most team sport. Yeah. So he went into a better situation and his team won. So, but still, if you look at just their first 4 years, but once after that 4 years, what is the general consensus about Rodgers? He didn't do much after that. Threw for a lot of yards, but hold on. He's also very talented, right? We still say to this day, maybe the most talented quarterback to ever play the game, skill-wise. But why isn't he the GOAT? Because you have to continuously win over a period of time. You can't just do it in a short stint.
But
you
I'm
can't
not
be
calling him the GOAT.
Gale Sayers, right? Gale Sayers was the best running back that football's ever seen for 4 years. He got touchdowns as a running back, as a punt returner, as a kick returner.
He died.
But what did he do? But then he got hurt and he couldn't finish.
Listen, bro.
Hold up right quick, Dub. Hold up,
bro. This is
I gotta get a consensus. Hold up. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna ask everybody, is this person top 5? And it's obviously 2 people. G baby, I'm gonna start with you. Is Patrick Mahomes top 5 right now?
No.
Ben?
Yo.
Is Patrick Mahomes top 5?
Yeah, but hold up, I'm on GRIDIRON right now.
Bama.
Give me a second.
Neither category. I hate to say it, Doug. Even off physicals, bro. He close to top 5 off physicals. Like I'll probably say he's 6, but he ain't top 5.
Listen, I'm not saying that everybody has to put him top 5.
Not yet. Not yet.
But I'm not saying that everybody.
I gotta say something, bro.
Hold up right quick. Just hold that right there. Ben or Dub, is he top 5?
Bro, as I said, not everybody has to put him top 5. For my own personal thing, yes, I'm putting him top 5.
He muted out because he doesn't want to talk about it. The fact that he said if he wins another Super Bowl,
there we go.
And he didn't. He didn't.
There we
make
go.
It to the Super Bowl.
No. I said that whole if he wins another Super Bowl just so that everybody else could include him in his top 5. For me personally, I see a guy talented enough with the best of them in NFL history, where in the first 4 years in his career, he has done just as much as a lot of quarterbacks, just as much as Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino.
Retired today? Is he top 5?
Yes. How many times do you guys want me to clip this and post this onto the TikTok? Because I already did it. I don't know how many times y'all want me to say it. I've said it multiple times.
Night, he's still top
even
5.
After the loss, bro. 4 AFC championship games, bro. It happens,
man.
He
lost in the AFC
it happens.
Championship.
Come on, stop.
But that's team. But that's team because Jim Kelly went to 4 straight Super Bowls. It doesn't make him great.
Let me ask you something.
He needs the stats. Let
me ask you something, right? No.
Offense.
What do we base quarterbacks off of?
Yards, touchdowns, wins.
There we go. Wins is a big part of it. It's not just yards and TDs, because if it was yards and TDs, Drew Brees could scratch that top 5 easily. But he's not in a lot of people's top 5. Okay. Not a lot of people have him there. Not a lot of people do. I'm just saying.
I didn't hear
if it's just
Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. I'm just saying, though, if it went just solely on yards, production, and all of that, a lot more people will be putting Drew Brees probably in the 2nd or 3rd tier, which he belongs. But they don't do that because they have to include winning as well. They have to. I'm sorry. They have to. And Drew Brees has been unlucky enough.
So you have Terry Bradshaw in your top 5?
No.
But he won 4 Super Bowls.
That's fine. It's a combination. It's a combination. No, it's a combination. It's a collect. It's a collect. No, it's a collect.
But I ain't gonna count though. It was years where Terry Bradshaw led the league in interceptions though.
There we go. It's a collect.
There were years where Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions.
It's a collect.
I don't say he top 5.
Bro, it's a collect.
Matthew Stafford leads the league in interceptions this year.
It's a collect. It's a collect of talent. It's a collect of talent and winning. And Patrick Mahomes, regardless of what you say, has both talent and winning.
But he hasn't won enough.
He's won enough. He's won to back-to-back Super Bowls. What are you talking about?
Okay, so Doug, what do you mean by what do you mean by one? Like, is it just the Super Bowl rings for you?
It's not even just win. His team is always 10 or 11 wins. He went to 4 AFC.
He got there too.
But Alex Smith wasn't. Alex Smith didn't have the talent that he had. That's the part that you guys are missing. It's a combination of both.
Alex Smith was known as the OC.
It's a combination of both. It's a combination of Patrick Mahomes being the
God.
most talented person in the NFL today, then at the same time, just bro, being pure dominance from his team, bro. What more do you want from a quarterback? He has the talent and the
Longevity.
wins. That's all
I
you
want it.
have. That's
I
all
want
you
And
have.
can we hear what Ben about to say? Cause I
Yeah,
saw
Oh, sorry.
yeah,
Yeah, go
yeah.
I
ahead, Ben.
want
Go
to see
ahead,
what
Ben.
Ben want to say real quick.
Hey, Ben, tap in on this topic and then let us know how you feel about the game.
Bro, I can't believe y'all letting Mahomes slide, bro. Like this
Oh.
man choked.
Oh.
This man choked, bro. He choked.
Wow. Well,
Way
let me hear
worse.
your reasonings why.
Yeah.
This man did inaccurate stuff at like stupid stuff in this game. Like at overtime, like he should.
Are you gonna mention those last
I
three
think what he's gonna
incompletions?
say. No,
No,
let him say it.
he did his
Let him
thing.
say. He
He
tried
did
to do
his.
too much. Go ahead, Ben. You're right.
Yeah,
Say
he
it.
did
Yeah.
his thing in the first half. It was perfect, but at the second half, he did unnecessary stuff. Why are you holding the ball, running out, and all that type
He
of
looked
stuff?
like
Just
Kyler
throw the
Murray
ball.
running around there.
Just throw the ball out.
Yeah,
It's,
Mahomes does have a tendency to do too much.
This is
but
see
and
this
this was worse than
that's kind of
Rodgers.
unfair though, man. Why y'all
This
be like why they be you gotta
this
watch the game through all 22, and all 22 is the shot behind the quarterback. Like that's just unfair to be like, oh, why was he running? Like the game looks so different when you behind the center and that dude in front of you is 6'7",
I got a
6'6",
question, bro.
6'9", 6'8". Like it's
I got a
different, dog.
question.
It's
I,
different.
I don't
Was
disagree with you, Bama, but at the same time, you're gonna get judged on how you perform. And
Ah,
how he performed was below his standards.
I got a
When you
question
get
for you,
But
Ben.
was
divorced,
he playing to the moment though?
when you get divorced, you have to pay for the level of lifestyle that your wife has grown accustomed to. And if you provide less than that, you can't do that because so Patrick Mahomes we're now grown accustomed to a level of performance by Patrick Mahomes, and he performed below that.
They were down by 18
Great point.
points. They were down by 18 points.
And he did it, and
And
same thing happened week 17
so
too.
so
which
Same thing
one's worse,
happened
y'all?
18 and 28-17
so
came back on
so
him.
Ben,
So
so Ben, let me give my take on this. I
Hold
don't.
up. Let
Let Ben
Ben ask his
finish.
Oh, he
question though.
didn't finish
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
I got a
he has a
question.
question for you too, Bama.
Which one was worse, the 28-3, the Falcons and Patriots game, or what Aaron Rodgers did? Who choked? What's the?
You say the 28
Hold
to
on.
3
Ask
with
that
the
question
Falcons
one
or
more
Aaron
time.
Rodgers?
Ask that
Yeah,
question one more time. Chad, I want
they,
to hear what you got to
Aaron
say.
Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. Because the 28 to 3 falls on team, bro. Because it's like I have a 25-point lead. So everybody has to play a role in protecting this lead, not just me moving the ball. Defense, you need to get out there and play defense. But if I tell you, so listen to this. Forget the final score, Ben. If I tell you, you got to go out there and play quarterback, and your defense is only going to give up 6 points, right? Versus, hey, man, you got to go out there, and your defense is going to give up. What was the final score of that 28-3 game? Your defense is going to give up
34-28.
34 points. Which one are you going to sign up for? Of course, you're going to sign up for the, hey, man, I want my defense to only give up 6 points. Because now that leaves so much room for opportunity. Like in my head, that's what I'm thinking. If my defense only gives up 6 points, in my head, if I'm really who I say I am, bro, I know for a fact I can go out there and at least get 21. And that's what I'm just
I
saying. That's
get
what
that
I'm thinking in
Rodgers.
my head.
And that's the problem with
I
that's
get
the
that
problem.
Rodgers didn't score. I get that he didn't score, nothing like that, bro. But the 49ers defense was like it was great out there. Rodgers did not choke.
Can I say something about that Aaron Rodgers thing? So here's the thing with the Aaron Rodgers thing and why I kind of want to lead towards Bama. Aaron Rodgers, didn't he go on an interview either that offseason or the one before, talk about we got to get games in Green Bay. We got to get games at home at Lambeau Field. He got what he wanted.
22-2.
No, he got what he wanted. He been begging basically for a defense to step up. Defense stepped up. Defense didn't give up 181 rushing yards to Kaepernick. Defense didn't give up 220 to Mostert. Defense did what they needed to do. You're supposed to be that guy. You got people putting them top 5 all time. Like not 5, not 4, like 3. People putting him top 3 all time. You supposed to be that dude. You got everything you asked for. You like, yeah, we got to get games at Lambeau Field. He's like, either you playing at Lambeau or you playing the Green Bay Packers.
Yo, G baby. So now here's my next question: is Aaron Rodgers top 5?
I've never had him there, but he can't be. He can't be. And I hate to do it with just one loss, but it's like Fluent said, when you're held to a standard that we've come to expect, and you consistently don't perform to that standard when it matters most.
To one team too. You don't perform to your standard.
That too. Yeah, and even then, there was what was that against Atlanta? Was that the year they went to the Super Bowl where they got smacked like 44-21 or something like that? Nobody saw that coming. Like you gotta take a hit. Like I'm sorry, your legacy got 11-10 playoff record.
So Ben, to answer your question about Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers choking in that game, I don't think for that game in particular it was a choke job. I think it was more of a choke job to the legacy of Aaron Rodgers. For that game, it was just a well thought out game, and the 49ers came out on top. But the volume that spoke to Aaron Rodgers' legacy, that's where the choke came from. But for that game in a singularity, bro, I don't regard that as a choke job because it was just a well thought out game, and the better team just won. That wasn't a choke job. That just really hurt his legacy. Now we talk.
The better quarterback won.
Yeah, I'll say that. I was like the better. I don't think the better team won because
for the Niners and Packers.
If it weren't for the special team and that defense,
the better quarterback won. And
Wait,
I'll say it again.
Yo,
better quarterback won.
Yo, we're not. What?
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Listen here, I got a dude that just got done with a college football season, and we talked about this junk for like 2 hours, man. I know everybody want quarterbacks to go out there and pass for 500 yards a game with 3 touchdowns. That's just certain quarterback traits like Patrick Mahomes and Matthew Stafford. That's certain quarterback traits that makes them a top tier quarterback. Every quarterback don't have to fill that job description. What if a certain quarterback, where he's elite at is galvanizing the team and making everybody feel comfortable and everybody feels good and everybody feels like they can win with him. Because this is what I go back to, and we just gonna lead over into it. And this is what I wanted to talk about the whole time. With Jimmy G, how everybody calls him trash, the defense don't feel that way. It came into a point in time where they came into the locker room and said, hey, we can win with this dude. And if I'm a coach, I listen to my team. So if my captain of my defense walk into in my offense and tell me, hey man, I don't know, should we go with the young guy? We got Kaepernick, we got so many guys. Who should we go with? If the captain of my defense say, hey man, we can win with Jimmy G, and that dude all right, regardless of whatever he do, we like Jimmy. We play good when he out there. I don't know what it is. Debo said the same thing. He said it's something about Jimmy. When he's out there, we comfortable. We know we have a fighting chance. I tell people, so this is what I had to really assess and look back and be like, hey, man, maybe Jimmy might be better than what we really are. I watched so much film and everything. So I'll go off on one moment. I was watching QB1, and the third string running back came in on, what's my boy that played for your team? Little young pup.
For what team?
Chicago Bears. Fields.
Justin Fields.
QB1, the episode where he was in there, right? So he's a starting quarterback, 5-star, all of that. They put the third string running back in because the first and second string got hurt. Right before Justin Fields called to play, this dude said, hey, if you was a superhero, what superpower would you want to have? Instantly, the dude told him what power he want to have. It got him calm. He called height right after he told him what power he'd rather have. He called height, right? After he called height, the dude runs for like a 30, 40-yard touchdown. Right there from that moment, I said, wow, this is what a quarterback does. The quarterback's job is to get everybody settled in and realize, hey, we got a job to do, and this is what coach wants. So now I fast forward to Jimmy G. What if his job is not to go out there and throw for 400-500 yards? What if his job is to go out there and make everybody feel comfortable that we got a fighting chance, regardless of who we play? Whether it's the Green Bay Packers, whether it's the Dallas Cowboys, regardless of whatever who we play. What if his job is to go out there and make me feel comfortable, make Debo feel comfortable, make that defense feel comfortable, to now we can continue to play out of our minds. So now people can come and talk and be like, oh, he's getting carried by these players. He's getting carried by these players. But behind the scenes, he's the guy that's boosting these players up so they can do the carry. He the dude that's coming over there after he throw an interception.
But Bama,
that's why we discuss statistics and skill and what we want to see out of a quarterback, which is we want to see the quarterback to be the best player on a team and lead that team. But if you ask any player, ask me when I was playing, ask LeBron when he was playing, ask Bama, I don't know if you guys played, what's the most important thing? Winning. That's why people always say winning, when there's an issue with the team, what does it say? Oh, winning solves everything. Because at the end of the day, I hate to steal this from Herm, you play to win the game. And that is the most important thing. Let's be honest, right? Because I'm going to use Tom Brady as a great example. Tom Brady isn't the most skilled quarterback. Tom Brady isn't the most athletic quarterback. Tom Brady really isn't anything the best, but what does he do better than anyone else? Lead a team to a victory. And that's why he's the GOAT, because longevity and wins. That's it. That's it. Because what do you say about Westbrook? What do you say about Westbrook? Stat pattern. Why? Because he doesn't win. If his stats were lower, but he won, well, now we'd have a different conversation. Winning is the
But Bama, wait. We have to go back. We have to go back to what you said, though. We have to go back because I agree with both of you guys and what you're saying about Jimmy Garoppolo. I believe he gets disrespected to a certain light. That's really unfair for him. Just because he doesn't have as much of arm talent as a lot of people doesn't deserve for the type of hate that he gets. But you sat here and said that the better quarterback won that game.
Yeah, that.
Bro, come on, bro. Just walk it back.
I think he means the better in his role.
No, it's a better quarterback.
In the playoffs, give me Jimmy G over pretty much. I'll say this: give me Jimmy G over Dak. Give me Jimmy G over Aaron Rodgers. Give me Jimmy G over who else was in the playoffs this year and lost? Get up out of here. Give me Jimmy G over definitely Ryan Tannehill. Give me Jimmy G over Kyler Murray. Give me Jimmy G over so many people, bro. What you he coming.
Man, but this is crazy.
We gonna have to revisit. We gonna have to revisit that. Woo. I almost said but I ain't gonna lie. That boy like a hacker out. Turn a hacker out someplace. Like,
this is definitely going on TikTok.
He mimicked. But what I'm saying is, in the playoffs, dog, that man, he figures out a way to get the team comfortable to play outside of. Let's just be honest. Nobody expected the Niners to get to the NFC Championship. When you looked at the Niners in that NFC West division, did you say NFC Championship?
Nope.
In the beginning of the season, but then all the
2 out of 4 years he went to the NFC Championship.
Wait, G-Baby, you wasn't looking at the San Francisco 49ers like they were a big threat this year in the
beginning of the year?
That's what I just said,
Especially with how
in the beginning of the season
started off.
At the beginning of the season,
At the beginning of the season with the Rams and Cardinals.
And honestly,
I'm talking about before this. I'm talking about before the season started.
Before the season, it was Seattle out that conference. Before the season, now Seattle, because why? Russell Wilson.
Y'all wasn't looking at San Francisco at all.
No,
and
I'll tell you why.
Most people had San Francisco at the bottom. When I look at
I'm not saying they're bad, and I'm not saying
Seattle, the Rams, Arizona, and
so
then
I was the
San
top.
Francisco.
So I was the only one.
That's probably
crazy.
Because
why, G-Baby?
Because on paper, and they weren't a bad team. We knew their defense was going to come back healthy. We knew their defense was going to be better than what it was before. But Matt Stafford going to the Rams automatically catapulted them above there. You still had Arizona. I know they fell off, season, but we knew Kyler Murray, D-Hop, we knew they was going to be a problem.
And they got some additions over the offseason.
And honestly, exactly. And them drafting Trey Lance, I'm surprised Jimmy G made it as far as he did. I think that was the other thing. I think when everybody thought they were cutting him, right? They thought we thought either Jimmy G was going to get traded at the deadline because you don't trade up to number 3 and not play him. So I just assumed, week 8, week 9, All right,
I'm just surprised
the
'cause
49ers were struggling. I was like, hey, Trey Lance,
the
get in there.
49ers were struggling only because of injury, though. Like, when I came in, and which angers me because we didn't do the show in the beginning of the year, I thought the 49ers was going to be a threat in the in the NFC, like a major threat. They had everybody healthy coming back easily. That's on me. I mean, it's just sad to see we don't got receipts to go off of, honestly.
Yo, Doug.
Yeah, and that's fair, but like, and I'm not saying they were a bad team, but that's a tough. I mean, before
It was a
Russell
tough
Wilson got
conference,
hurt preseason, we were like, dang, like
Yeah.
they got
I think-
7 teams. Can all 3 make it to the playoffs? Type, you know what I mean? Like,
I thought all 3 of them could.
So you guys
honestly,
know,
so
you guys know I'm a Seahawks fan, right? I'm a Seahawks guy. I actually live in Northern California in the midst of all these just delusional 49ers fans, and I'm glad that they're all in their house in depression right now.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
I'm a Seahawks fan. One of my good boys is a 49ers fan. My good buddy, his stepdad is from LA, so he's a Rams fan. And also my other friend, he's not from Arizona, he's not a Cardinals fan, but he just to get in the mix and just talk crap to us, he's rooting for the Cardinals. So at the beginning of the year, we all made a bet. We all put up $100 saying that our team would win the division. Obviously, the Seahawks fell out quick. The 49ers got to a slow start, but the dude that's a 49ers fan was like, you guys just watch. We're going to be the best team out of the division. Yep. So it was a lot of 49ers fans that believed in the 49ers in the beginning of the year.
If you're a 49ers fan, you say our defense, our running game, because at the beginning of the season, you were thinking they were going to have a good running game.
Yeah.
You didn't think everybody would get hurt.
Yeah.
And you thought their defense was still good. So, yeah, for sure, a 49ers fan would see that. A non-49ers fan would say, well, Jimmy G's your starting quarterback. He's the 4th best quarterback in that division is what they would have said.
Exactly.
And they drafted Trey Lance. So are they going to move him out and move Trey Lance in? And basically this season's a wash to get him the experience. Man, that's why you would have said they're probably going to be 4th. They're still going to be competitive. Like, we're not talking they're going to be the Lions, but but they probably would have said, hey, if I had to bet Seahawks with Wilson, Cardinals with Murray, Stafford, and the Rams, you're picking those 3 teams 9 times out of 10 ahead of the 49ers.
And one thing though, like, I will give credit to Jimmy G, and I have a friend who's a big 49ers fan as well, and I've told him this. One thing that I've learned about Jimmy G, I mean, I know he didn't do an NFC Championship, but Jimmy G's not going to give you the stats. He's not going to give you the numbers. He's not going to give you the numbers, but one thing he will do, he'll make the plays that he needs to make when he needs to make them.
And that's kind of what Bama was getting at. And this is also why with these 4 teams, this is why I said the NFC West is the best division, and it has been for the last couple years. Obviously, I'm biased because I get to watch every team play every team, but I think it's the best division. But fellas, let's get back to this Chiefs versus Bengals game. We talked about the Chiefs. We talked about Patrick Mahomes. Is anybody going to talk about the winner? Is anybody going to talk about?
I got you right here.
Them boys made a play. Man. AKA both of them. Hey, I gotta say it right here. That boy earned it. That boy Joe, AKA Joe. He really shiesty. But the real Joe of the night. Mix who? Mix him? No, Joe Mixon. Bay Area. Stand up. Y'all got one. That boy beast. I told people before the game, I said this game is gonna boil down to what Joe Mixon do. Because in my head, I watch running backs. I watch the game from running backs because that is what the game was invented off of. When the Army and Navy invented football way back before everybody knew who started it, when it was colonels and comrades, that was the coaches. This jump was built off running. The pass wasn't even invented till like 20-some years later. They didn't even know how to pass the ball in football to 20 years later. So the premise of this game was built off running that rock. It ain't never been broke. The run has showed you that it never fails. One thing they always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. All the NFL wanted to do was sell tickets. So they started bringing in these new offensive coordinators. We're going to pass the ball everywhere. Jim Kelly, he invented the spread. Hey, look, we could go out there with 4 receivers. We don't even have to have tight ends and 1 running back. We don't even have to run 21 personnel. We don't need that. We can run 4 receivers. Now that starts selling tickets. More people starting to come because you airing the ball out. Everybody heads turning like, oh wow, this dude's jump balls, Moss this, Moss that, Moss this, Moss that. You start getting receivers and stuff. So now we start getting fans. Now you got people playing fantasy football. Oh, look, that put up 500 yards, all of that. At the end of the day, the run game, it was never nothing wrong with it. You see players like Brady, Rodgers, all the good players, they lean on the run game. Why? It's the easiest point of attack. It's fast. You don't have to worry about all of this. Hey, can this dude hold the block for 5 seconds? All you got to do is block for 1 second when the run play call. You ain't even got to block. You just got to get in the way because this dude is already moving, making his path, everything. When I saw Joe Mixon start running that rock and that defense started putting their hands on their knees, I said, this ain't good. This is not good right here. Joe Mixon, 230 pounds.
I don't know what I missed. Let me just apologize. I don't know what I missed, and don't mean to be name dropping, but when Hugh Jackson calls, I answer.
Oh, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
Hey, hold on. Let me say something before you say that. TikTok. You remember this is a dude y'all saying that don't know nothing about football, and he the only person up here with NFL head coaches as his friend. TikTok. Y'all see that? That's funny.
Hashtag we are not the same.
We are not the same.
Hey, Fluent. My man Luca the Don in the chat said Fluent's on the phone with Schefter. Now we see who he really was on the phone with.
No, it was Schefter might have been close. No, because we've been talking because I wanted to save this for the end, and I know this is college, but he just signed every single one of his scholarship football athletes, every single one of them to an NIL contract. Every single one of them. Every single one. I'm gonna bring them
State, HBCU. This is pretty good, man. This is first time them type of schools have seen this type of coaches that come in with prime time. That's big, man. So
he's gonna come on.
That's what's
I don't mean to shout out my other show, but so I'm gonna have him on Sports Fluent and just kind of talk about kind of how that deal came together. And another kind of, I guess, big news that is about to drop that maybe you hear it here first, right? In light of the Brian Flores lawsuit, he's also dropping he has the paper trail, by the way, that basically Haslam and the Browns paid him to lose games. So there's a report, the report's in si.com, and I was like, yeah. So anyways, sorry not to derail us onto that, but we could talk about that another time. But that's why I was like, sorry guys.
Breaking news, you guys heard it first here.
Yeah. But yeah,
yo, G baby. Oh, well, no. Ben, talk to us about.
Yeah, Ben be too quiet, man.
Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow.
I was too.
Jamar Chase and T Higgins. Holla at us, man.
I was too quiet when y'all talking about Patrick Mahomes and all that. I was like, wow, y'all really doing this? But anyway, Jamar Chase, he. I know people talk about him a lot, but they really need to talk about T Higgins because T Higgins.
Yep.
He balled out this game. But yeah, he balled out this game. Joe Burrow, you know me, I said Herbert over Burrow. I'm not changing it. I'm still not changing it. Although Burrow did good, yeah, I still got Herbert. But Joe Burrow did his thing.
I don't mean to go back on the tape, and I don't know if we have that capability maybe when you do a clip. But just remember last week when only one person said that the Bengals were going to win. Did you? Oh, yeah, that's right. You did. You stole my thunder. That's right. That the Bengals were going to win. And what did I say? Watch out for Joe Mixon's going to have a big game. But I said, watch out for T. Higgins because they were going to treat Jamar Chase the way they treated Stephon Diggs. And Gabriel Davis had a big game. I said, watch out for T. Higgins. Not quite as big as Gabriel Davis, but it was T. Higgins. That's what that defense allows you to do is they can focus on one guy and that's it. So someone else is going to have a good game. But I just want to go back because I was just coming back in when I heard Bama saying, I agree 100%. I don't know. I just heard the tail end. When I saw those defensive players with their hands on their hips, down on their knees, because Joe Mixon was running the ball, the people in my house, so you don't know this, and this is for Dub. We normally don't. I don't gamble. I don't gamble. But we threw a little bit of money on the Bengals. And I want to. Can we ask this of the chat? I want to know their opinion. So the bet that I made, small, not very big, but I can cash out today for $1,500 because the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl, or I could let it ride for 5 Gs.
No, cash out.
Wait.
Cash out. Cash out.
Talk to us. Hey, Doug.
Cash out.
Doug,
No.
can you make a poll? Can you make a poll?
Can you make
No,
a
I
poll?
can't make a poll.
I want to know.
I don't know how to make a
You
poll.
can't make
You
a
don't know
poll?
how to do that?
No, cash out. Everyone say
Learn.
cash
Make
out.
a poll in the chat.
So
Cash out.
Also, let me say
Cash
this
out.
too. Also, let me say this too. For Jamar Chase to have 85 receptions, T. Higgins to have 74, and for Tyler Boyd to have 64 receptions, for Joe Mixon to have 16 touchdowns with 1,500 yards all purpose off of 200 touches. Listen here. You want to know who that head honcho of that offense is? Joe M.F. Mixon. That's a dog, a
Top
demon
five.
off the leash.
Top 5.
Listen here, back in
Top five?
2018,
Running back.
back in 2018 and 2019, Joe Mixon had tweeted. That boy said, "Whoever had me drafted on fantasy football, I swear, give me one more chance." That boy.
I should have listened.
Should have listened. That boy never lived it down. I was like, "Hey, boy, I apologize, Joe. I thought you was a buzz. I thought it was over with. I started putting everybody above you." That boy said, "Give me one more chance."
and
One more.
just don't, so I don't lose my fantasy card because I am the commissioner. Let me say I didn't believe him, but I still had Jonathan Taylor and Najee Harris, so I did okay.
And by the way,
we can get into fantasy.
everybody that's watching,
And Jamar Chase, who won it for me. But yes, go ahead.
everybody that's watching, we will have a Super Players Choice Fantasy League. We'll talk about that more in the summer, but you guys just brace yourself. All right. Next year, 2022-23 season, it's going to be a crazy year for our fantasy as well as
Yes, sir.
the show in general. But G baby, talk to us about the Bengals. How you feel about
Man,
that?
I feel like Dub. I wish I could just play my receipts from when I wasn't recorded because I've been trying to tell people. But what I said was, like, kind of what Bama was saying. Like, they're gonna double Jamar Chase. So, hey, don't forget about T. Higgins. Joe Mixon is still there. Let's not act. But the Bengals defense, and this is what I really want to stress. That game against the Packers, where Mason Crosby went 4 for 7 on field goals, Evan McPherson missed 2. That game was a little ugly down the stretch and went to overtime. They lost. But it was that game that let me know, okay, they just went up against Aaron Rodgers and held their own. Their defense, even though they didn't win, they did what they needed to do. Aaron Rodgers wasn't scoring touchdowns. And I'm very much a believer in a break, don't bend philosophy. Like, it's not the best, but it works. And their defense was doing what they needed to do. The second game that let me know that Bengals defense was legit was the game with Lamar Jackson against the Ravens. They let him score 1 touchdown in the second half and shut them out the rest of the game. That let me know, okay, so if the game gets ugly, the edge goes to the Bengals. If the offense, because the offense is always going to get the headlines and the highlights. Jamar Chase, we know what they can do. But if the game starts to get a little ugly, you got to start fighting for them yards. Them free agent acquisitions they got know what it's like. I'm a Saints fan, so I root for Hendrickson. I root for Von Bell. I don't know that D line. I know he was hurt, so he couldn't play. But that other D lineman that they brought over, they get in those trenches. They fight. If the game gets a little dirty, hey, okay. And then Joe Burrow, that offense is still over there. If that defense start playing for him, hey, it gets the edge. Sure enough, we saw it against the Titans. The game got a little dirty. Game got a little ugly. Defense made a play. This game, Chiefs was doing whatever they wanted to. They didn't get the points into the half. They didn't score in that opening possession. Game started to get a little ugly. So, hey, I've been saying it since I knew they won the division and I knew they was going to the playoffs. Don't nobody want to see them. I knew whoever won that Chiefs-Bills game was hoping and praying the Titans won that game because they did not want to see the Bengals.
No, you're right. Because people, I said this last week and I'll say it again. Situational defense. You don't have to be an elite shut down defense, but if you can stop people when you have to, and remember I said this about the Chiefs a couple of years ago when they were making all those comebacks. What did I say? The only way you make a comeback is if your defense holds the other team to 0, right? That's why the Chiefs, because situational defense. And when the Bengals came out against the Raiders, I said their defense looks pretty good, and everyone's like, oh, it was the Raiders. Then they go up against the Titans. I said their defense looks like they can make stops when they have to. It's the Titans. Let's see what they do against the Chiefs. Well, they did the same thing to the Chiefs. They got the stops when they needed to, and it reminds me of another. I'm not saying they're this good, but think back to another team that went to the Super Bowl that didn't have anywhere near the offense that the Bengals do. The '06 Bears under Lovie Smith. Remember, it was the same philosophy: bend, don't break. Yeah, we'll give you yards, but you're not scoring. We'll give you, go ahead, get your yards, get your fantasy points. You're not scoring when we don't want you to. And that team took Rex Grossman with I don't even know, who was who were their wide
Devin
receivers?
Hester is
Like
the only
Devin
person I
Hester and Johnny
remember
Knox
on that
like
team. Oh my gosh.
that's they took those guys to the Super Bowl with that bend don't break. It's important to also look at, because we look at total game stats. Oh, they gave up this many yards, they gave up this many points. You got to look at when they gave them up. When did they get the stops? That's just as important.
And this is 2 back-to-back games. They've only scored 3 points in the second half. Because week 17, same thing happened. They had 28 on them. And sure enough, that second half, they did what they needed to do. So
I didn't see any of this from Tyreek Hill either. Where'd that go?
No.
Yo, Dub,
Yeah.
you want to talk about the Bengals at all, or are you still just
Nah, Joe Burrow.
are you distraught?
No, I'm not distraught. Joe Burrow and the Bengals showed what they were made of. They did exactly what everybody expected them not to do. And the only thing you do is gift your hats off to them. I think it's completely asinine to try to say that it's a choke job from Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And you have to give respect to the Bengals and how they played and how they adjusted. Honestly.
So what do you think more? Did the Bengals go win the game, or did the Chiefs lose the game? Which one you got?
I think it's a combination of both. I believe the Chiefs got way too complacent with their style of play, and the Bengals took advantage of that, and they gained the momentum to their own favor. I'm sorry, like that's what I seen, that's what I felt, and that's, to me, Fluent even said it himself. He just saying those words. He said that the Chiefs got complacent with their play, and the Bengals took advantage of that. That's how it is. It happens in football. Momentum shift, momentum changes. Once they got that TD once they got that TD before the first half ended, it changed the dynamic of the game. It did. Stuff like that matters, honestly. But you won't sit here in a NBA game be like, oh, if a team blows a 20-point lead, they folded, or I mean, you could say they
Yes, I
folded.
would.
You could say they folded, but choke.
It's
It's a difference.
it's your definition of choke, right? Like
Exactly.
if you mean
Gotcha.
if choke means you had the win and you choked it away, well, yeah, they had the win. You're up 21-3 at half.
No. No.
If that's your
By their
definition.
definition,
I
by
said
their
if that's your definition. Yeah,
their definition is,
You didn't
oh,
have
you
a
had a
win.
lead, and you blew the lead, so you
Yeah.
choked, and that's not fair. That's not always what it is. It's not always the case for that.
Well,
Yeah,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If it wasn't the team that you picked to go to the Super Bowl, if it was somebody else, the team you don't like, let's say it was the Cowboys. So let's say the Cowboys. Let's say the Cowboys.
No, that's
were up.
completely unfair.
Hold on.
No, I'm a biased cow. No,
I
no,
know.
I'm
So
biased.
let's say the
You got to use
Cowboys.
a different
Hear me
team.
out. Let's say the
I'm
Cowboys.
acknowledging it. No, you have to use a different team.
Okay,
Use a different
Washington.
team.
Washington.
Okay.
Washington is up 21-3 at the first half, at the half in a playoff game, and they score 3 points and lose that game. Did they choke?
Washington, again, I will have to see the whole game. Fluent, like,
But
this
Dallas
is the
is a
thing.
choke.
But you see, this is the thing, right? Dallas is a choke because I extremely hate Dallas. But
They
you
always
see,
do this.
but this is the
26
thing.
years they
This is the
haven't
thing.
been
You
to
have to
no
look.
type of
You
championship.
have to
been
look
set on
and
Cowboys.
see, and you have to look and, like, this is why I hate hypotheticals, because you have to look and see how the person reacts, how the people react, and how their body language is, how their play call is. You have to see these things in order to make a full assessment, a full assumption. Not every situation is the exact same situation. And the way that people try to use analogies like this to try to prove their point is kind of stupid, because not every situation is the same. Not every, if you blow a 3-1 lead, is the same. Not every you blow a 20-point lead is the same. These are people. These are human beings, and human beings are inconsistent. So you cannot treat every
It
situation
ain't
like
even
it is.
that.
Okay, so
It's just people. It's just people got a job. So at the end of the day, this is what I say. How do you expect people from the Bengals to keep their job if they just go out there and get blew out? Do you realize that the players on defense got to go see they boss or employer or whatever the case may be? And if they underperform, if they don't do their necessary duties, which is get a pass rush, make sure you're in the proper coverage, certain type of things.
Can
like
I read something
This
to you
isn't a
guys?
pass,
Can I
but
can I read
go
something
ahead,
to you
go ahead.
because you say you have to watch the game? Hold on, I want to read something to you just quickly. I want your opinion, honestly, because the more I look into it, I'm like, maybe I changed my mind. So I'm just gonna read it. Just hear me out, and then I'll let you say it. So touchdown, 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 end of half, punt, punt, interception, punt, punt, field goal, interception.
That's a choke.
So
That's
now,
the first half. So the first half was touchdown, 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 and then it was punt, 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 interception,
and
interception.
now
fumble.
let's talk about this.
So-
Now let's talk about the stats that you are talking about. You had one interception where the D line made an incredible play and got that interception. That's the first interception. Then you had a second pick where Patrick Mahomes threw a dot to Tyreek Hill, and the CB made a
Oh, you mean
tremendous play.
the one that was too high?
The one,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't too high. It was right in his hands, and the CB took the
He
took the
didn't
ball
have
out
to
of his
jump?
hands.
He didn't have
No,
to jump?
he smacked the ball out of his hands. Fluid, stop it. He smacked the ball out of his hands, and then it went to the other defender's hand in double coverage. That's exactly what happened.
And who do
That was a
interceptions
tremendous
fall
throw.
on? Who do interceptions fall on?
Not every interception is the same, Fluent.
But it
It's
did
not the
hit Tyreek
same.
Hill in his
It's not
hands.
the same, Fluent.
And
Not every
please.
stat is the same. This is why
Oh
me
my
and you.
God.
What about all
This
the
is why
punts?
me and you. This is why me and you never agree. Because not every stat, not every situation is worth the same amount. Not every stat is the same thing. Not everything is the same when you're putting things in numbers base. You have to look at it and see what the hell happened.
So my question is, did the Kansas City Chiefs, not Patrick Mahomes, did the Kansas City Chiefs choke when they went touchdown, touchdown,
No,
touchdown?
no, they
and
did
then
not
went
choke.
Punt,
They
punt,
got
punt,
complacent.
interception, punt,
They
punt,
got
punt.
The
complacent.
Bengals,
They
the
got
Bengals.
complacent.
So this is what I would say. If you want to say somebody choked, it would be Andy Reid and Bieniemy.
Oh,
They was the guys that choked.
I said did Kansas City choke?
Because what happened was after halftime, the Bengals went in and adjusted, and the Kansas City Chiefs felt like they
got complacent.
We got complacent, and that falls on Andy Reid and Bieniemy.
Also,
Can I ask a question? So can I ask a question?
So let me say this one more time too.
Also, that field goal too, or not kicking the field goal at the end of the
that was
half.
also falls on the coaches.
That's the coaches.
Yeah, that was coaching.
Another thing too, please, like people bring up Patrick Mahomes missed the pass over the D lineman, the D lineman picked it off. Let me say this again. Unless you played in a real football game, college and up, you don't understand the size of them guys out there at all. When you got guys 6'7", 6'6", 6'5", listen, their job is to get a pass rush. So in football, how coaches break it down, if you are meet at the line of scrimmage and you just stay at the line of scrimmage, that's not a pass rush. You get cussed out. You didn't rush the passer. You have to intrude the line of scrimmage. Now that begins a pass rush. Now you're doing your job. Now this is what I want. So now you're talking about the Bengals doing their job equates to somebody else choking. That makes no sense. Because at the end of the day, what I saw in my own eyes, I feel like them boys was making plays. And to get a good player up off the field, you have to make play or the court, regardless, field or court, because we can even go back to 2011 when LeBron choked in the finals and all that. Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, they hit big shots. They made plays to get LeBron.
Can I ask both of you guys something? Because you guys play football.
They making plays.
Can I ask you guys, because you guys play football, I guess, in college as well, right? Both of you guys. So has there ever been a game where you sat here and said, yo, we got complacent and we lost that game on ourselves?
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
My freshman year at West Alabama, we went and played Southwest Louisiana.
Now,
I will say this, just for the record. That was for the record into double coverage, and he is jumping.
And he threw it right to his hands. It was in his hands, Fluid.
Listen, as a wide receiver, I'm gonna tell you, as a wide receiver, if I got to jump in double coverage,
Fluid. It was in his hands.
It's a tough catch.
And the CB made a tremendous play. You're completely discrediting the CB and that he really got his hand in there.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Because now you're trying to say it was a bad throw on Patrick Mahomes.
I am so godly. So let me address this real quick.
If Dak Prescott throws into double coverage and the guy and CeeDee Lamb has to jump up to catch it.
If
and
I
it ends
seen
up
that
being an
play,
interception,
if I seen that play,
you're
I
saying
would be
it's on
like, no,
Dak.
I
You're
would say
saying
it
it's
was
on Dak.
I would say it was a good throw and that the
No.
defense played well. If it was that same exact play, I'm saying that for anybody. That was a great throw. The defense made a great play. It is what it
Bama,
is.
say what,
What do
you,
y'all-
Bama, say what
what
you
are-
got to say, and we got to move
All right,
on.
okay.
Okay,
All right,
okay,
so,
we'll move because
So
this is
Patrick
what I'm saying.
Mahomes played a great game. The Kansas City Chiefs played a great game. The Bengals are just better.
No,
Is
but
that what
this is
okay.
the thing. We're not.
They
I'm
dug
not
deep.
giving them.
Yes,
Wait, hold up,
say
Bama,
that.
Bama,
Say
Bama,
that.
Bama.
Say
Time
that
out.
again.
Done.
Say it one more time for the people in the
Done.
back. Because that's what I
Done.
believe.
No,
I
but
believe that Joe Burrow and the big got up
Better.
off their behinds and won that game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got up and won.
Yo,
What are you
All right,
talking
all right,
about?
all right.
I'm with you.
Also,
I'm with you.
Also, let
I'm
me
with
finish this. Let me finish
Ron
this.
needs to
'Cause
go
I'm so
on.
godly said something about, oh, if the quarterback threw a ball, I had to jump for it. Listen, dude, this is the NFL. Dude, you is not just gonna be able to catch shit like you in the front yard playing with your kids, bro.
So much easier.
These
Though.
dudes are the best of the best. They are the best of the best, bro. They are world-class athletes. Everything is just not gonna come picture perfect in the NFL, dude. Like,
and I'll
So-
end it on
so
this.
basically-
I'll end it on this, right?
Frustrating for y'all to not realize.
We do.
Y'all try to equate the NFL with high school and all these other places. These dudes are the truth. They are the truth. They are the truth. If they come to your local high school, I tell people, if you want to talk crazy about Jimmy G, if he came to your local high school, they could be 0-10. They're going 10-0 the next year with Jimmy G at quarterback. Alabama that just lost to Georgia. If Jimmy G was out there at quarterback, they win in that game. So that tells you the talent level of them boys in the NFL, dude. Like, the NFL is just not sweet. Everything is just not going to be all glamorous. You have to make plays in the NFL. That's why they get rid of you so quick, because if you can't make a play, we got somebody else.
If you
that can.
can't jump for a ball and catch it, you don't belong in the
Okay.
NFL.
Listen,
Number one.
I'm
And I'll
not
end it on
disagreeing
this.
with you. I'm just saying when I see Travis Kelce in single coverage for first down, when I see Pringle in single coverage open for first down, and you throw into double coverage and the guy has to jump for it, that's the toughest of the 3 throws to make.
Hey,
That's all.
hey, the defense
he
made a
missed.
great
He
play.
threw it to his
Defense made a
playmaker,
great
man.
play.
He threw it to his
But
playmaker.
All right, fellas.
but wait,
All right.
Ron, let me finish it on
What's
this. Now, I'm not trying to sit here and say that it's an excuse for Patrick Mahomes losing. We do have to knock him for that. We do have to knock the whole team for being complacent in their play and for losing that game, for having a
I
lead.
got you, T-Bone.
Just don't label it as a choke job. In my eyes, it's not a choke job. You want to blame them for the loss? They should have won. I'm all for it. Give them hell for that. Choke job? Nah. I'm not
Alright.
knocking that. I'm not jacking that because
All
they
right,
came
in
back
that-
from
in that
24
case,
and up.
okay. Let's let Ron move on, and
Let's
finish
go.
it by
Yeah,
saying
my bad, because
Patrick
we gonna end
Mahomes-
up having an 8-hour episode.
Yeah. Let's move on and say
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is a bad leader who got complacent. All right, let's go.
Okay. In closing, you guys interpret it how you want to. Patrick Mahomes only went 7 for 20 in the second half, and he only had 55
It's tough.
yards. They only scored a field goal in the second half. So you guys interpret it how you want to. And I am so godly ran those stats too. Shout out to him, and
Thank you.
I hope the baby's healthy right now. But
I love
furthermore,
that he's got a brand new baby and he's on the show. I love it.
Furthermore, you guys, please don't make me regret asking this question because it's a great question. I don't need you guys to jump off a ledge explaining this. I just want a simple answer. In the future, who's the king of the AFC? Who do you guys see being that team to be in the AFC now? Do you have the Chiefs or do you have the Bengals? I just need an answer.
I got you.
Okay,
I
I don't
got
need an
you.
explanation.
Okay.
Duh. Who you
I'm
got?
explaining too.
Duh, no. See, you're gonna make me in the future. I'm not gonna be able to ask these questions.
I'm gonna no.
because we're already
it's
an
easy.
hour.
It's
and 20
It's an
minutes
easy.
into the episode.
It's an easy answer. It's the Bengals. They have so much cap space with that young of a team. It's the Bengals.
Okay, Ben.
I still think it's the Chiefs because Mahomes still there for like 7 more years because he's on that big contract and stuff. But the Bengals, only thing they got to work on is the O-line, and they'll be like elite.
Okay,
So
who you got, G baby?
you said not to explain, so I won't. I will just give my hot take and call it a day. But don't sleep on them Chargers.
Hey,
So-
G baby. When you do your video, talk about the Chargers, or that's an option. Who you got, Fluid?
It's listen. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! So it's the Bengals until someone beats them.
Okay, Bama, shaking your head no.
I'll just say it quick. I feel like that Can we just please stop doing it? We want to see another Tom Brady for a minute. So I got Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Patriots. Those are all the teams to beat in the AFC. I feel like that one player dominance is over. Everybody's gonna have to get in where they fit in, and the AFC is wide open.
So the
Listen
Bengals
here.
aren't in there.
Bengals too. Everybody. But I'm saying, I'm looking at notes I had from when people were saying, can the Bengals go back or whatever, and I'm just saying it's wide open. The Bills are coming. Josh Allen is a freak of nature, Viking. That boy is what they call him. If y'all ever watch Vinland Saga, that boy is like Torkill.
Ragnar
That boy is huge.
Lothbrok.
That boy is an animal, bro. So like I said, Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Patriots, Bengals. It's a shoot. We not finna see that. That's why we gotta appreciate this. That's why Shannon Sharp was crying. I'm gonna end it real quick. That's why Shannon Sharp was crying. We won't see that single player dominance for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop trying to find the next Tom Brady. Let's appreciate all of these boys. Let's be happy that we got the Chiefs, we got the Bills, we got the Bengals, we got all of them teams. So I'm gonna just say that, dog. It's all of them boys. They all got a chance. Ravens, Lamar.
Okay. So now we're going to transition to the NFC. You guys all seen it. The Rams and the 49ers, a crazy division rivalry. And how do you guys feel? Did Matt Stafford silence the doubters? Ben, we're going to start with you.
He did it. Matthew Stafford did his thing, man. And Cooper Kupp doing what he always do. He like that. So and stuff. But OBJ, I'm so happy. By the way, I'm so happy for OBJ, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very. He went through a lot. Deserves this, man. The Super Bowl, to go in there, win the Super Bowl for them, and all that type of stuff. And that turning point of the game, Matthew Stafford about to get that pick. I forgot that safety name. I don't know who it was.
It Tart?
He dropped that.
Was it Tart?
Tart. Yeah, Tart. Yeah, that was the turning point of that game right there. When he dropped that,
that was tough.
And I think if they would have had that ball back, they would have scored. It would have been game. 49ers would have won.
You see, well, what about when the Matthew Stafford threw that TD pass to that other receiver? I can't remember his name. It starts with like.
When he dropped it.
So that's a 20 point as well.
Yeah.
See,
my gosh!
So,
don't even get me started on that.
So we can't there's two turning points in that game that could have changed the dynamic of the game. So we can't sit here and just knock those one plays, because if he caught that TD pass, it's a whole different game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
G baby. Yeah, talk to us, G baby.
Yeah. I've been a big Matthew Stafford supporter. I was actually shocked to see a lot of people be like, "Oh, well, the Detroit is coming out of him." I'm like, he was in Detroit. Like that's a little tough. But yeah, I think whatever doubters he had coming in here, I think we show like, hey, Matthew Stafford can get the job done when he's on a good team. Now I don't think he's gonna do it again, but hey, now we get. I think that little stench that he had, like, oh well, you could take the man out Detroit, but you can't take Detroit out the man. I think that's gone. I think people realize, like, and Matt Stafford didn't play the greatest game, but he did what he needed to do. It's the same thing I said about Jimmy G. He made the plays he needed to make to get them in a position to win.
Chat, I apologize. I apologize for my little brother showing in the camera. He did some crazy stuff and I didn't realize it, so I apologize.
Showing his stuff on the camera?
You want to say hi? He had his shirt off.
Oh. I'm glad we can't see your camera. Well, like, check this out. I feel like I want to slap everybody upside the head, because if someone shows you something for 12 years and then has 1 year where he doesn't, and you want to make the 1 year the rule versus the exception, I want to slap you upside the head, because it's the same thing with Ryan Tannehill. He sucked in Miami, and then he had one good year in Tennessee, and everyone's like, oh, maybe he's not so bad. No, he stinks, period. So now, because Matthew Stafford, who's very talented, but loses for 12 years in Detroit, now all of a sudden, oh, he has a good year with Sean McVay, with Cooper Kupp, now with OBJ, and now, all these things around him to be good. And all of a sudden, oh, he's a great quarterback, and we forget the other 12 years, oh, because he was in Detroit. No. Like I've said for everybody else, including Patrick Mahomes, Do it for more than 1 year. Show me. And then I will say, and then you're off my shit list. Until that time, your guy who's had one good season. One. And guess what?
If he wins,
he's had multiple good seasons.
If he wins the Super Bowl, is he excused?
It depends how he plays. Goff got them to a Super Bowl 2. And no one's saying Goff's a great quarterback. No, they're saying he's shit. Pardon my language.
Very true.
So I'm sorry. True. 1 year is not the rule; it's the exception.
Do you think
recency bias?
Do you think? Wait. Let me ask. Let me ask something.
Let me ask OG something after he done.
Yeah. So like when people come in and they're like, oh, like I hear it with NBA all the time. Doncic had 40 points today. He's the greatest ever. No, dummy. He had a good game.
Go ahead, Bama.
I'm tired of this.
I can't
like,
wait for this.
They have a good game. They have a good series. They have a good season. Yep, that's a good season. Let's use Cooper Kupp. Is Cooper Kupp the greatest wide receiver ever? Nope. But he had the best season.
Yes.
No, stop it. He had the best season. Stop it. He had the best season. You have to do it more than once before you can be in that talk. So is Matthew Stafford great all of a sudden? No. Did he have his best season ever? Yes. That's it. That's all he's done so far. He's had one good season. That's it.
So let me ask you this, OG. And you can rebuttal. So I'm gonna go 2011, 5,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Next season, 4,967, 20 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 4,600, 4,200, 4,200, 4,300, 4,400, 3,000, 4,000 in 2020, 4,800. So he's always been who he was for as a gunslinger. Now we notice it.
Good stats.
But now we notice him. We notice him even more because now he's on the team that instead of going
that has
on
a defense.
16, now they
has a defense. He still led the league. He still led the league in interceptions. He still led the league in interceptions. So my point is, when you're in Detroit, listen, I get it. He's in Detroit. I get it. They're not going to win a lot of games. I get it. However, you're also always losing, which means he's also always throwing. So yeah, his stats are great. He's Russell Westbrook.
So
he's
wait, he's always throwing.
So how do you hold that?
Wait, let me ask him this. So he's always throwing. So that means more opportunity to throw interceptions, correct?
That's why he throws so many interceptions.
So there you go. There's your answer. Yeah. As I told you,
he only threw 20 interceptions once in his career, though.
It doesn't make him all of a sudden this elite quarterback. He is who he is. He throws a lot of yards. He throws a lot of ill-timed interceptions. That's who he is when he forces the ball. He's not elite. Period.
Let me ask you this.
I never said he was elite.
I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you did. This is more to Dub.
But it's because my thing with it, it's like you got to take it to account. Like, yes, I know we always say it was Detroit, but they're like when an organization like is just allergic to winning, that's gonna affect you.
I'm with you, but the organization, I'm not holding the losses against him. I'm holding the throwing an interception late in the fourth quarter. I hold the same thing against Brett Favre. I'll say the same thing about Brett Favre. He's not as good as you think he is because for all the stats, for all the touchdowns, for everything, he throws the worst timed interceptions ever because every quarterback, I don't care if it's Patrick Mahomes, I don't care if it's Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford. When they try to do too much, all of them fail. All of them. That's it. They have to play within their skill set. I hate to use this term, but like stay in their lane. When they try to do too much, they're not going to be successful. And Matthew Stafford, historically, right? Let me just say, historically, for 12 years, made the wrong play at the wrong time more often than not. That's not on Detroit. That's on him. So this season, you're absolutely right. He's been great. He's been great in the playoffs. Sorry, Ben. Let me finish. In the playoffs, you're absolutely right. I've even said, wow, he's impressed me in the playoffs. He's played really well. But that's one good playoff season. That's one good run. That doesn't change his whole career. If he does it again next year and the year after, then hey, I'll say, hey, you know what? Good for him. He changed who he was.
And I get you on that because I know you've been consistent with longevity, and that's how I felt towards Mahomes. So I can get you on that.
Ben, what you got to say?
Yeah, sorry, Ben.
All right, so Matthew Stafford, right? So if we had like a tier list, right? I know you ain't tier 1 or in the tier 2.
We'll get into
Is he like in the tier 3? Like
we're gonna get into that, so I won't answer.
Okay.
Oh, well, we're not gonna get into it today. You could say it today, like.
Look,
like he's even Derek Carr level, or like
I have him above Derek Carr, but I don't have him like Rodgers in this season. Rodgers, Brady, Mahomes. I don't have him there. He's definitely not there.
Right.
That was so funny. I hate going to Statland. I really do. But you're making me do it because I know you're a stat guy.
Let's take
You
a
want
first class
you want
flight
to
to
know you
Statland.
want to know Matthew Stafford's record? He's
Oh, I know he's 66 win percentage or something, 60% something like that.
he's
Yeah,
no. His record in the playoffs, right?
his
He's
record in the playoffs now is what 3-3 or
oh
something.
no. Now
Hey,
it's
let
three
me
and three.
ask Fluent a question after you done. I gotta ask for him.
Now it's 3 and 3. You know how many picks he's thrown within those 6 games?
No, he's played well.
No, no,
I
no.
said he's played
Within
well.
the 6 games of his whole entire career.
No
Four.
idea. Okay.
Four. For so six games.
So in,
You
in
haven't
his
thrown.
so in his first
You've
three,
only
he threw
thrown
one a game.
not even one per game. Not
So
even
hold
one
on,
per game.
hold on. No. Don't try to, like you say, context bend. So in his first 3 games, he threw one a game, which probably cost him the game each time. I got to go back and look when he threw it. And now in the most important game, he threw another one. And should have thrown two that should have cost him the game. He's very lucky. Apple has terrible.
But you're
Tart
saying
has
all
bad
of this.
hands.
You're saying all of this whole he throws picks at the right time. He throws too many picks. Da 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 da. Well, guess
He's
what?
right.
In the
He
playoffs,
does.
he only thrown 4 picks for his whole entire career. So I don't
But you're
understand.
missing the
But
No,
point.
no,
Fluent
no.
is
I don't
saying,
understand.
when did he throw him,
None.
though?
When did he throw them?
You see,
He
and
threw
now,
one a
and
game.
now,
He threw
and
one
now,
a game
but no,
in
no,
his
no.
first 3.
Because
Do you want me to
the
go
whole
back and
basis,
check when he threw
the
them?
whole basis of your argument is that he makes too many mistakes. He makes
He
too
does.
many.
Historically, he does.
If you want to say the timely mistakes, I understand it. I ain't gonna argue with that. But you're saying too many. 4 picks
Correct.
is not too many. Let's just
Three and
let's
three,
get that.
3 games
4 picks
is
is not too many. Fluent.
3 games
Three
is
still not too many. Fluent.
3 games is.
Please, we could look through a lot of quarterbacks in their history. I guarantee you there's quarterbacks who has 3 picks in 3 games. We could work down the list. We could do
Oh,
that.
here we go. So this is what brings me to my next, and let me finish this. Johnny Unitas, out of his 18 years he played quarterback, 9 of them he threw more interceptions than touchdowns. 9. 3 of them he led the NFL in interceptions.
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying interception. I'm not blaming him just for his interceptions. I'm telling you about his timely mistakes.
But all right, so now let me get right into it because I really just hated the fact that I had to bring that up. I just know Fluent is a stats guy. I want to see how he reacted to that. But if you put Jared Goff in this situation this year, guess what? They're not winning it. They're not making
No,
it
you don't
out.
like ifs. You don't
No,
like
no,
ifs.
no. I
You
know.
don't like ifs. Jared
We
Goff.
know this. You
Jared
want to
Goff
know
was on
why?
the Rams and he took him to the Super Bowl.
You want to
Yes or
know
no?
why? You want
Did
to know
Jared Goff
why?
take the Rams to the Super Bowl?
All right, he did. Guess what?
Okay.
Guess what he had? He had a great running game.
Doesn't
And
matter.
he had a better defense.
Doesn't matter.
Matthew Stafford doesn't have a great running game. Matthew Stafford, the defense, maybe is up there. I don't know yet. But if you had to put the ball in Jared Goff's hands, he's not going to deliver you the way Matthew Stafford has, Fluent. And we know this, and those are facts. And we have history to go off of that. Matthew Stafford, as I've told you, he was in a losing situation for his whole entire career. And I told you, put him in a situation in a winning organization and a team that could do something. And what does he do? He goes to the Super Bowl, Fluent, because his talent is amazing. His talent is up there with the best
Let's look at your
of
boy
them.
Stafford in 2016, going 18 of 32 with, since you want to bring up stats, with 56% completion. Trash. 205 yards. Trash. Let's see his best game.
Trash.
2014, 66%, 300 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Trash. The season before that, 2 interceptions in his first ever playoff game. Trash. So don't bring up stats if you're going to try to say, oh, 3 interceptions. No.
Three interceptions, so he threw
Garbage.
2 picks in one game, in
That's
one playoff
right.
game. So
Trash.
then the rest is one. The rest is one. So he didn't throw. He threw
Hold on, he
0
also
picks
only
for one
threw
of
1
those.
touchdown in the other 2 games as well.
Fluent, stop. Just stop it, bro.
He threw
And
one
who did he
touchdown in
face?
2 games.
Who did he face?
No,
Please
you
tell
wanted
me
to
who
bring
he
up
faced.
stats. No,
Who did he
bring up,
face?
No, you didn't bring up.
Who did he face?
You didn't bring up his
You
team. You
see?
didn't bring
And
up
this
his,
is why.
hold on,
And this is
hold
why.
on.
And Fluent. And you want to know why? And I love that you're going off this. This is why I say you have to
You
pay
wanted to bring
attention.
up stats.
And guess what?
Hold
and
on, you
no,
wanted
no,
to bring
no.
up stats. Why did you bring up this fact that he only threw 3 touchdowns in those 3 games?
And I told you. And I told
Why?
you. I wanted to
Why?
hear your
Why
rebuttal.
did you
I
bring up
wanted
that
to
he
hear
only
you.
threw 1 touchdown in his last 2 playoff
Fluent.
games?
I wanted to
Why?
hear your rebuttal. I only wanted to hear your rebuttal, and that's it.
Okay.
But guess what? Now, if we actually pay attention to who he faced, because I don't even know, but I know that he faced. I think he faced the Seattle fucking Seahawks, bro. Like, come on, man.
Stop with
Against the
that's-
Lions. See, you don't put context. You don't put context behind the stats a bunch of the times. You love going off of numbers off.
This is
Oh yeah.
defense.
You
he
say
played a
oh.
tough
You
team.
say
Oh,
oh.
did he play a
oh
tough team?
no. This is what you do.
Oh.
This is what you do. You
Poor
say, oh,
guy.
he does this, he does that, he does this,
I know.
he throws
So
picks, he
sad.
does
We
all of
should
this,
give him a
but
trophy
you don't
for
even
competing.
acknowledge the type of talent that this guy goes up against, and that's completely ignorant to do. You can't just blindly follow stats and assume that
I'm
it's
not.
the
You
whole.
brought up stats. I didn't bring up stats.
No, you bring up
You
stats
brought
all the
it up.
time, talking about him throwing picks and everything, and how he folds in the big moments. Like, stop it, bro. He hasn't even had.
Hold on, hold
He
on.
hasn't
So
even
you know who
had
he
a lot
lost
of
to?
big moments.
Hold on. So you know who he lost to? He lost to the Cowboys.
The
Eat that.
Cowboys with
Yeah,
Tony
eat
Romo.
that. Yeah, eat that.
That's great.
That was a pass. That was the pass interference. So
There we go. There we
Oh
go.
boy, there's
There
always
we
an
go.
excuse.
It's
all
not
right,
an
fellas.
excuse. It's
Fellas.
being consistent and acknowledging what's happening throughout those games.
But
You
you
can't
know you
just
tried to
sit
say
here.
it was Seattle. Oh, Seattle defense. It was the Cowboys.
He
Okay,
lost
y'all,
to
all right.
Seattle as well.
Your
Enough
favorite
of
team.
Matthew
Correct?
Stafford. Enough
Your
of
favorite
Matthew
team.
Stafford, Dub. We have a receiver in this game that had 11 receptions, 142 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We also have another receiver on the same team who had 9 receptions, 113 yards.
he's not that guy. He's not that guy.
Talk about Odell Beckham Jr. and Cooper Kupp.
Nah, you rephrase that. You say his name first. Nah, you say that. You say what you just said
Talk
last.
to him, Bama.
But you say his name first. That's disrespectful.
Talk to
We
him.
say that last closing statement.
Talk to him.
But say his name first,
Talk to him.
please.
How you feel about the receivers this game, Bama?
But you're not
How you
gonna
feel
say
about
his
these
name
two guys?
first, though. You're not gonna say his name first, though.
What? King Cooper Kupp? That's what you want
Say
me
it
to
first.
Cooper
You said
Clutch.
OBJ first, and then you said that man name last. I
King
want you to say
Cooper
his
Kupp
name first.
balled out. I want you guys to tell me
Okay.
his significance in this game and Odell Beckham Jr.'s too.
Odell is Odell. He gonna do what he do. But Cooper Kupp, man, that be like Batman. You know when they put that Batman symbol in the air when they need a superhero? That's Cooper Kupp. 5 and out, slant. But listen here. That boy remixed somebody off the line, some ill. Like, I was like, oh, good God. Like, I was like, oh my Lord. Like, oh my. Like, oh my. That boy hit him with that.
I'm not allowed to yell anymore because I woke up my kids. So I'm real calm when I say this. One, it was Seattle, Dallas, and the Saints. So only one good defense for Matthew Stafford in the playoffs. But when it comes to the wide receivers in this game, I understand why some people would say I will pick these receivers ahead of Cooper Kupp moving forward. But anyone that says I would choose a different receiver looking back at this season should stop talking football. Because he is the best receiver this season, and you can't argue that. I don't care what he can't do. I don't care where you think he can't line up or whatever you think he can't do. The production matters, and there hasn't been a better wide receiver this season than Cooper Kupp, period. I agree. Moving forward, you might want to take someone else, but looking back, you can't. You can't say anything but wow. Wow.
Let me ask y'all all of this, though.
I got you next, G, baby.
In 38 receptions, do you think Justin Jefferson gets 300 yards, 350 yards receiving in 38 receptions? Everybody, the chat can answer this. In 38 receptions, do y'all think Justin Jefferson gets at least 350 yards?
Dude had Kirk Cousins.
On 38 extra receptions. That's all I want to know. If you give him 38 extra receptions, does he get a minimum of 350 yards? That's all I want to know. Okay.
I mean, we can go into the rabbit hole. We can go into the rabbit hole of context, but I like what you're doing with it. I like what you're doing with it. I like what you're doing with it.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, talk to me.
Did he? And the answer is no. So I don't care what he might do.
He had perk 30s. He had perk 30 at this quarterback.
Let me tell you. I don't want to yell. Sorry, I don't want to yell, but let me tell you a quick story. I went to work for a guy out of Kansas City, Missouri is where he's from. And he said to me when he shook my hand, because he was short, he was like 5'2". And he said, he looked up at me and he said, you know, I'm taller than you when I stand on my wallet because I'm a billionaire. And I said to him, yeah, that's because your daddy gave you $100 million. So anybody can become a billionaire when they're given $100 million. So basically what I'm saying is I don't care where it's what you do with what you have. Justin Jefferson did not do it. So if there's a
Who
Greek
had
saying,
more?
there's a Greek saying, I'm going to
Who
tell you a
had
Greek saying,
more?
Ama yaso ihe, daitene o papusu. What that means in English is if your grandmother had a you know what, she'd be your grandfather. So let's keep the ifs out of it.
Fluent. Who had more though?
Who had more what?
Who had more on the offense? Justin Jefferson or Cooper Kupp?
Doesn't matter.
No, it does
108
matter. You
108
just said.
receptions-
You just said.
108
Wait,
receptions on
wait,
106
Bama.
targets
He just
versus
said. He
142
just said.
receptions on
Fluent, bro. This is
191
crazy. You
No,
just
what I
said.
just said, you do with
You do
what
with
you have.
what you have.
So
So
I
what
didn't
did
have
he
the
have?
100 million. I didn't have the
What
100
did
million dollars.
no, we're not
so
talking
I
about you.
didn't-
We're talking about Cooper Kupp.
so
What
I
did he
couldn't
have?
make $1 billion.
What did he have?
He had a quarterback that's just as good
He had an elite quarterback. He had elite wide receivers on his team as well,
in
and
an
Odell
easier
Beckham
division.
and Robert Woods.
In an easier
And at the
division
same
with
time,
worse
he had a
defenses.
4-3 route runner with Justin Jefferson and a good running game when
In an
Darrell
easier
Henderson was on the
division,
field.
in an
Stop it.
easier,
Stop it.
in an easier division. Hold on, in an easier division with worse defenses and a running game that would keep defenses honest versus the Rams that don't have a running game.
The Rams did have a running game when Darrell Henderson was there. What are you talking about?
Mm.
When Darrell
You
Henderson
compared
was
Darrell
there?
Henderson to Dalvin Cook.
What are you
Cam
talking about,
Akers-
Are you
Dalvin Cook?
Mm-mm.
I'm talking
Cam
about
Akers
Cooper
was
Kupp.
really that
We
dude.
talking about Cooper Kupp and what he had. What
versus
he had.
Justin Jefferson.
He had
Who had a
on the
better running
opposite
game?
side. On the opposite
Who
side.
had a better
Wait, I'm
running
about to
game?
go through the whole thing. Of course, it's the Vikings, but don't act as if there was a non-existent running game on the Rams. On the same time, he had a guy on the opposite side in Odell Beckham and Robert Woods, who
He
was
did
there.
not have Odell Beckham until
He
late in
did.
the
He
season.
did.
Stop
I
it.
said he had Robert Woods and Odell Beckham, which means when Robert Woods went out, guess who
Well,
was there
what
right
When did
after?
Odell get there?
What
Huh?
are you saying? Why do you keep bringing up Robert Woods like he's an elite
was
wide
injured.
receiver?
He's a good wide receiver in the league. What are you talking about? Defenses have to
elite.
respect him. Defenses has to respect him. They have to game plan for him because if you leave him
Where do
single
you
coverage,
rank Robert
he's gonna
Woods?
do.
Where do you rank Robert
I
Woods?
don't know. I haven't thought
Woods
about it that
elite.
far.
Because he's that far down your list.
No, but defenses have to respect him, Fluent. Defenses have to respect him. You're not gonna sit here and say, "Oh yeah, we could just completely ignore Robert Woods for who he is." You're
My
gonna sit here and
point
say
of the
that?
story is it
You're gonna
doesn't matter what might have happened. It's what happened.
I'm
Period.
asking you,
Period.
what did Cooper Kupp have? And this is
I'm not
why I'm
listening.
getting into this.
I
This is
don't
why I'm
care.
getting into this. You do
I
have
don't
to
care.
care. You
No, I
have to
don't care.
acknowledge
I don't
what
have
he
to
had.
care.
You do.
No, I don't.
You have to
I don't
acknowledge
know if
what
you
he
saw
had.
0 fucks given.
You have to acknowledge what he had. At the end of the day, Matthew Stafford had a elite quarterback, regardless if you want to call him elite or not. He was an elite quarterback this year, based off of production and based off of his what's going to the Super Bowl. He was an elite quarterback this year, like you just said for Cooper Kupp. Matthew Stafford was an elite quarterback this year. He had Odell Beckham.
You can't be elite if
He
you
had
lead the league in
he had Van
this
Jefferson,
year. When you lead the league in
4,800 yards,
interceptions.
4,800 yards, Fluent, 4,800 yards.
All right, fellas. Ben, you have anything to say about Cooper Kupp or Odell Beckham Jr.'s performances?
The Cooper Cup hate needs to stop. This dude was the best receiver this season, and I'm just
Best
so happy.
athlete this season.
I'm so happy for OBJ, bro. Like I'm so happy for him, bro. He did great.
G baby.
Man, I wish I could find it because I had it the other day. But for those who play fantasy football, I don't like going here a lot because I know when you look at things through a fantasy perspective, it starts to change how you view people. But people who had Cooper Kupp for the past couple years knew that Cooper Kupp been doing this. Like he came in as a rookie, didn't start all the way, but you knew it was coming. His sophomore season, I believe he hit like 1,000 yards, 92 catches.
Third.
Goff was still throwing, the third one. Yeah, because the sophomore year is when he tore his ACL, right? He came back afterwards. But Cooper Kupp has been doing this. He had Jared Goff as his quarterback. Like, yeah, I know you say Jared Goff took him to a Super Bowl, but let's be real. Jared Goff should have never been there. You know, like Sean McVay was really good at using Jared Goff's strengths and hiding his weaknesses, but Cooper Kupp has been doing this. So now he gets a good quarterback, and he 17 yards away from breaking Megatron's record, about a couple catches away from breaking Michael Thomas' single season record. You know, like all he needed was another catch for 20 yards. He passed Megatron. Like that's really all he needed. You know what I mean? Like you don't take that big of a jump in your stats if you're not that dude. Like I don't care what quarterback you have. He could have had Mahomes back there. If he wasn't that dude, And I believe Dub, you was talking like you got to people don't scheme him open. I think you said another time that I don't know
What
if
we
it was
talking
on
about?
here and about Cooper Kupp. You said like I don't know if it was on here in a Clubhouse. It was one of the two, but you were talking about people don't scheme him open or
Oh
people don't
no.
scheme to defend him or and then
Okay. You want me to elaborate for you? What
please.
I think it was in the clubhouse. I said the Rams offense, they have a pick your poison offense. Mean by that, there's weapons on all sides. There's weapons on all cylinders. There's not one thing that you could just lax on. You have to respect all aspects
Same
of
thing
that
with the
offense.
Chiefs.
You have Odell Beckham. You have Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson's a 4-3 route runner. You have to respect all of that. If the defensive scheme to stop Cooper Kupp, that allows more for the home run balls to happen with Van Jefferson. That allows Odell Beckham to get big yardage, and
So doesn't
defenses have to are willing to give up
so doesn't that
front of the
limit one
plays.
player's ability to dominate?
How?
Well, look,
If
look
you're
at Kansas
scheming,
City.
How? When
Look
the
at
def and
look at Kansas City. Kansas City is a pick your poison. It's either gonna be Travis Kelsey, Tariq Hill.
that's
It's
it.
gonna be someone out of the backfield. No, no, go
No,
back as
that's
many.
it.
Go
You
back to the
told
5,000.
you just told me that the Chiefs have no running game.
No, no, I said go back to the 5,000 yard season for Patrick Mahomes. They had lot when you have to distribute the ball because there's a lot of weapons. It makes it harder for one person to dominate.
Oh, everybody
Is that not
dominated when
correct?
he everybody
Isn't that correct?
dominated when he
And
threw
when you compare,
5,000 yards.
I want to go back because you were comparing Matthew Stafford to Kirk Cousins. In one less game, Kirk Cousins threw for like
I never did.
600 less yards and seven less touchdowns.
I never
Like it's
compared them.
pretty close. It's pretty close.
I never compared Matthew Stafford to Kirk Cousins. I never did.
Okay.
But what I was
but
talking
even
about with the Rams offense, I'm saying that defenses are going to be willing to give up the short passes, the inside
But he
throws
doesn't
because they have
catch
to
short
respect
passes.
the deep ball. Who? Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
Cooper
Yo,
Kupp
stop.
does everything.
I've
Dub.
already
That was the
told
point I was
Dub.
trying
I've
to.
already told you this. Cooper Kupp's air yards per reception are the same as Devontae Adams. Stop saying he catches
Fluent.
short
He
passes.
does catch short passes. What are you
Devontae
talking about?
Adams
That's
had the
the whole
best
basis.
receiver in the league
That's
on
the
him.
whole basis of his game. He
Okay,
has
I'm gonna say
how
it.
you know how many run after
Did you ever
catches
watch a
he have?
game? Did you ever
Yeah.
watch a
I
game?
just watched the game. I just
So
did.
let me ask you
I
a
just
question.
did.
Do you say Devontae Adams only catches short passes? Yes or no?
He does. This year he definitely did.
That's all he caught.
But for the majority of his season,
Majority.
yes. The majority of his season, yes. But guess what? I respect Devontae Adams as a deep receiver more than Cooper Kupp. And we
All
all
right.
know
Well,
this.
then you should go back and watch some film.
What are you talking about?
Nothing else
You're
I can
just
tell you.
talking about the air yards and everything. I
Air
just
yards the same
told
as
you.
Devontae Adams.
That's why I'm saying. I'm answering your question. I'm being consistent, Fluent. How more consistent do you want me to be?
You're not being consistent because you're
How am
saying
I not?
you're saying Cooper Kupp got a ton of yards because there's
Only
so many
catches short
weapons.
passes.
But when you have a lot of weapons, that means you have to distribute the ball because if you only go to one guy, they're
Let
going
me
to
ask you,
stop him.
if one guy
Look
is
at what the
literally,
Chiefs. Look at what
if
the
one
Chiefs did to
guy,
Stephon
when you
Diggs. They
have
held him to
weapons,
7 yards.
Fluent, if you're a quarterback, right?
Why can't they stop
If
him?
you
Why is
have
he
a
always open?
quarterback, if you have
Why
a
is he always
quarterback,
open if he's so terrible?
let me tell you, I don't say that. I just told you why he's always open because they
Jesus.
have to respect all the other aspects of the field. They have to. So as a quarterback, when you're looking to throw the ball to, who the hell are you going to throw the ball to? You're going to throw the ball to the guy who gets open first. And the guy who gets open first is Cooper Kupp because it's faster for him to get first. It's Cooper Kupp.
So your argument is that nobody respects Cooper Kupp like that. That's why he
No, no,
went
no.
crazy.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
basically.
I'm not saying that. I never said that they don't respect him. I'm saying they just cannot. They cannot afford to just keep on giving deep balls to the Rams. So they cannot guard Cooper Kupp. They just can't do it
In
because then
my opinion,
they're gonna fuck up their
it,
whole entire defense.
in my let me matter of fact, go ahead, Ben. I feel like we be cutting you off, bro.
No, you good. You good.
So in my opinion, I feel like this, bro.
Yo, how you gonna tell him to go and then cut him
Oh,
off?
I thought he said I'm good to go.
No, yeah, he good. He good.
Oh,
Go ahead,
okay.
go ahead,
I
go
thought,
ahead.
I thought he said it's good, and it was about to
Oh,
go.
I thought
Did
he
you
said
have
I'm
something to
good
say?
to
Ben?
go.
No,
Go
you
ahead,
good.
Ben.
You good. Go
Oh,
ahead,
okay.
Bam.
Go ahead,
Bam.
Bam. Go ahead.
So in my opinion, I'm gonna say this, bro. It goes from a Cooper Kupp. He already established. You know what I'm saying? I'm the go-to guy for the season. So everything is always synergy. You know how well it meshes together. So Cooper Kupp for this season is already established. Hey, I'm I'm that guy. And what I mean by established, dog, in times of need, he showed Matthew Stafford that I'm always gonna be open for you. So somewhere around there in the beginning, Matthew Stafford realized this in the time of need. This is the guy that always breaks open. Now we add somebody like OBJ, Van Jefferson starting to emerge. That is good that they starting to emerge. But football is funny. It always finds its way back to a certain situation in times of need. So in times of need, guess who's always open? Number 10. So I'm not going to stray away from that just because I got a shiny new toy over here. This dude is over here has showed himself already as he's dependable. So if I'm a quarterback, I'm always going to find Cooper Kupp, regardless of if I got a million weapons. I take it to this. I played flag football, went to the championship all 4 games. Every time in the championship game, we always get these guys that come out there from college, good athletes, all of that. Regardless of all that was going on, I still threw it to a tight end I had. Dude was like 6'6". He jump up and catch everything. Regardless of all the weapons I had new weapons, dudes that's fast, everything. But I still threw it to the guy that was Mr. Reliable. That's who Cooper Kupp is, Mr. Reliable. So regardless of whoever you add over there in LA, you know, for his new, I'm still gonna find Cooper Kupp because Cooper Kupp hasn't showed me nothing he hasn't showed me nothing that I shouldn't throw him the ball. See what I'm saying?
I need to give this one more stat, Ben. Sorry, Ben. I'm sorry, but one more stat just for Dub. Because air yards this season, air yards. That's when the ball's in the air. Cooper Kupp is 7th in the league, 7th, ahead of guys like. Okay,
still fluent.
Are you ready?
You're talking to a brick wall. Your name is stats.
Are you ready?
Your name
Marquise
is stats.
Brown.
Your name is stats
Adams,
that don't matter.
Metcalf,
No, you
Cortland
don't.
Sutton.
Your name is stats that don't matter.
Passes. No, because it debunks
You don't think
your
you
dumb
don't
theory
think
that it's
you don't
short
think that
passes
short
you don't wanna
passes
hear
you
it.
don't think short passes accumulate over time if you keep getting how many receptions he has? How many receptions he has? You don't think the amount of receptions you're not paying attention. You don't think that the amount of receptions you had is gonna add to the amount of air yards that you're gonna have? Yo, Ben, go talk. Just talk, Ben, because he's gonna name me a stat that's completely useless.
I told you average air yards. Even average air yards.
Hold up.
That takes the number of catches out of it. Sorry, go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
No, finish your list. Finish your list.
Now, I fluent. So rebuttal this. 191 targets is OD, bro. That's the first ever in history that a receiver's ever seen 191 balls.
Go ahead. I'm gonna come back to that.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Sorry, what did you ask? Sorry, what?
I'm just playing devil's advocate. But 191 targets in 1 year, that's OD. No other receivers ever saw that but Cooper Kupp in 1 year.
Go ahead, Ben. I'm gonna come back to that.
191 targets. That's OD, bro. That's OD to get 191 reps.
Hey, if you're open, throw me the ball. I was a wide receiver. Throw me the ball a million times if I'm open.
And he was.
Yeah. But yeah,
we also forget he's a really good blocker. But sorry, Ben. Yeah, go ahead.
Saying Devontae Adams like just catch short passes is just crazy because I be seeing games where Aaron Rodgers just throw it deep to Devontae Adams and score a touchdown like easily. Like I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Like that's crazy.
No, wait. You talking about Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
I said for the majority of the time it was short passes because they use him in the slot a lot this year. But I know that Devontae Adams has the talent. I know that he does, bro. What are you talking about?
No. Dub, no. You are not about to say that Devontae Adams was used mainly in the slot.
No. I said they used him.
You said he was an extra. You said
he's the ultimate
whole reason about Cooper Kupp is because I don't trust him to play the X receiver.
And I trust Devontae Adams. I'm saying that the Packers used him more in the slot. The Packers did. I still respect him as an X receiver highly because I know what he's capable of. But this doesn't change the fact on how the Packers used him. What you want me to say? You want me to lie and say that the Packers used him as the X fucking 80% of the time?
Okay,
hey,
so
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You said that Robert Woods though is the X, right?
It was him and Van Jefferson.
You said Robert Woods, yeah. So then how come Cooper Kupp average targets in the air is more than Robert Woods average? So it doesn't matter how many.
Because he didn't get the ball as much as Cooper Kupp.
No. It doesn't matter how many. Average air targets.
He did
average yards per air target.
Yeah. He didn't get the ball as much.
Also more than Keenan Allen.
He didn't get the. All right, now you guys gonna get me through this whole nother tangent, I guess.
Well, no, you said Robert Woods is the X.
Here we go.
Why is Robert? Why are Cooper?
But he's saying average per.
I'm saying the average per target is a deeper pass than Robert Woods. Why?
Do you want to know? Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why Robert Woods? Because number one, There was a chemistry that Robert Woods and Matthew Stafford didn't establish it. That's
What did
number
that have
one.
to do with targets?
What you mean? Hold up. That does have to do with target. What are you talking about? If you have
What
a
does that
guy
have to do with
and then
average air yards of targets?
Robert Woods' job, right? Robert Woods' job, you know, as an X receiver, you have to also be a decoy as well. So you have Cooper Kupp, who's always going to be open. Matthew Stafford established that connection with him. He hasn't established that with Robert Woods yet. So you're trying to context bend this whole thing with Robert Woods and
I'm
everything.
giving you stats.
And then you have Van Jefferson. What's Van Jefferson's average?
I have to look it up. I look at Robert Woods. You told me he was the X.
It's Van Jefferson and Robert Woods. Both of those guys play a certain role to allow Cooper Kupp to excel at what he does.
Does the X receiver get targeted deeper passes? Yes or no?
He does.
So then how come Cooper Kupp is targeted deeper than Robert Woods?
I just told you, Fluent. How many times do you want me to tell you?
I want you to make it make sense because it doesn't make sense.
Matthew Stafford and Robert Woods, they didn't establish that type of connection yet. They didn't.
So even though
establish
Robert
that
Woods
type
is
of
the
chemistry
X,
yet.
he was throwing him shorter passes because there was no connection.
Yes, because bro, he couldn't. Bro,
Interesting
you
theory.
don't think that time matters to the amount of timing you need to know when how a guy's gonna run across the field and meet him at that exact moment throw the ball? You don't think
But
that
didn't-
matters with a quarterback and wide receiver relationship? You don't think that matters? Now
Here's
Robert Woods
here's what I know. When I was playing the X, my routes were deeper than when I played in the slot. And when I played in the slot, they were shallower because there was a faster, better wide receiver who came in and took my job. Okay? I'll admit it. He was better than me. But guess what? If I'm getting deeper routes, then then you can't say that he's not getting it's all short passes if I'm getting targeted for deeper routes.
Listen, man, I don't
Because
know.
even though you
what
say
else you want me to
whatever
say.
the percentage is, Cooper Kupp played outside enough to show that he's very skilled on the outside and he can beat his man and get separation and can block. He literally did everything this year.
And
You
so
want
and
from a
and
wide
even
receiver.
then, even with Jared Goff, Cooper Kupp wasn't getting open. Cooper Kupp wasn't.
Cooper Kupp was getting open. It's called the first read. When you're the first read, you're constantly getting open because the way that the offense set up, you're gonna get the ball more, bro. It's common knowledge. It's common knowledge.
All right, Dub. I got a question for you out of the chat. My man J Rock 123 and your man Garp the Fisted both have a question for you. They want to know. They're saying, so is Adam Thielen a bum now?
No, Adam Thielen's not a bum, but he's a slot receiver as well.
Oh, he's a bum.
Yeah, number two.
How is that a bum? I never called Cooper
Because
Kupp.
you said,
I never called Cooper Kupp a bum.
You said slot receivers don't count.
I never said slot receivers. Now you're putting words into my mouth.
Though.
Now you're putting words into my mouth. I never said that.
Listen, don't group Cooper Kupp with all the other white boys. I'm just gonna go and say that on the internet. He's the best slot
receiver in the NFL.
I'm just gonna say it on the internet. Don't do that. Don't group him with all the other.
I also wanted to ask you though, what is short passes to you? I know you said this a while ago, but that was a question. That's like, what do you consider?
Cooper Kupp make his money off slants and 5 and outs.
You got slants. You got the
he make his money. So G baby, he make his money though. So what I mean by that, he make his money. I mean, that boy it's gonna be some plays where he might get you 50 off a 5-yard route. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I use greatness. That's why I try to use air routes. That's why I try to use air yards.
All right, fellas. I got one last question on this topic, and I'm gonna ask you, G baby, a straight question to you. Do you feel like Odell Beckham, after this game and what he's done, has he resurged himself? Would you call it a comeback?
So, and before I answer this, I do want to ask just real quick. He was only in Cleveland those 2 years, right? That 2020 where he got hurt mid-year, or where he got hurt mid-year. He came back after game 1 and then he left, right? For Cleveland, he was only there for those 2 years. Yeah. Like I'm just confirming because I don't want to say wrong information. Like he was only there those 2 years.
Yeah, where you going with it?
Mm-hmm. But so my point is, people forgot what Odell could do. Because those games where he was available for Cleveland, he wasn't getting the ball. And we've seen the film. Wide open, breaking.
He was not getting the ball.
Ooh, a touchdown missed.
Yeah.
Gone.
Come on, talk to him.
So you can't call it a comeback because people are starting to remember. But he's been there.
Yeah.
He just wasn't getting the ball because what you call him, Butter Mayfield?
Butter.
He wasn't getting the ball. because there's so many plays,
The problem was not OBJ. The problem was not OBJ.
Never. And I really thought, and it took me a while to hop off the Browns because I really wanted to believe him. I was like, there's just no way you got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb back there.
I was right there.
And that defense. And you got Odell coming back healthy.
Listen, they pay. I told you, I just took a phone call. They pay their coaches to lose games, bro. That's official.
But so no, you can call it a comeback because everybody's starting to remember. Because when he got traded there, am I not wrong? Was he not top 3? Was he not considered top 3 receiver? It was Julio still, Antonio Brown when he was playing, and Odell. Those were the top 3 in the conversation when he got sent to Cleveland. And everybody was like, "Oh, he Cleveland now. They got that run game. Hey, Cleveland finna be scary."
I didn't say that. And I'm on record with tape, not just to my friends. I have tape of me saying they're not going to be good because Butter stinks from day one. So we're clear.
Yeah. So
just putting it out there.
And then I believed him coming to this year because we saw how Baker came on that end. It wasn't great, but snap, thing was pulling off wins. He was making the throws he needed to make. I'm like, give him a number 1. Let's see what he do.
That's why you don't trust one season.
Yeah. So you can call it a comeback because everybody's starting to remember. Yeah. You know, people seem to forget real quick. They think 2 years ago was 10 years ago. They forget, but Odell been there.
I'm the opposite. G, I think 30 years ago was 1970. I'm the opposite.
That's tough.
All right, fellas. One last question about this game. I want to know, what does this loss mean for Jimmy G as the quarterback for the 49ers? Ben, you want to kick us off?
He's out of there. I think he's gone. I think Jimmy G's gone.
And then what?
I think Trey Lance going to be the starter for the 49ers.
Okay.
Or they can go ahead and get Rodgers if they want to. They get Rodgers or somebody.
Yeah, I agree. Jimmy G is gone. And only for the simple reason that you don't trade up to draft him number 3 overall in the first round for him to sit a second year. You just can't. I've never seen it happen. There's no way you could trade. I don't know how many picks they gave up, but they traded up to the 3rd spot to draft him. They said this is our guy.
But I will say this: if they realize that he's not the guy, because don't forget, we don't get to see him every day in practice, and they do. So if they realize he's not the guy, and that's why Jimmy G got the starting role above him, then they'd be better off either keeping Jimmy, but I don't think they're going to do that. They'd be better off. I hate to say it for you Seattle guys, but if they could get a Russell Wilson, an Aaron Rodgers, an upgrade from Jimmy Garoppolo, then they will do that. If they feel he's not the guy. Now, I don't know. I'm not in that room with Shanahan and them boys, so I don't know. But, there's a lot of times where, again, not to bring up kind of my coaching tree, but like I had conversations with coaches who, this is why I kept saying about Baker, who said, we didn't start him because he wasn't that guy. And that's why we were playing Tyrod Taylor over Baker. Even though we were losing games, he wasn't that guy. So I don't know. Like what we see of Trey Lance in limited action might be different than what they see every day in practice. So that's all. I'm just putting it out there. We don't know.
Yeah, I just think that. Well, I think Jimmy G's going to be gone regardless.
Yeah, I think Jimmy G's. I agree with that.
Whether they want him back or not, I think he's out. I think he's like, look, I know my draft stock got raised. I know my value on the free agent market got raised with how I perform late in season. Yeah. And the stats might not be there, but I've proven I can lead a team when I need to.
Yeah. Watch Jimmy G end up in like a Saints, a Carolina. There's a lot of teams that need a
if Sean Payton wouldn't have retired.
Well, if he wouldn't retire, he's going to be if Sean Payton didn't retire, I think they should have gotten Aaron Rodgers, but that's a different discussion. Jimmy G is going to be, unfortunately, a gap quarterback in one of those places like New Orleans or Carolina. Heck, I'd love to see him in Cleveland, to be honest. I think they would be a much better team if they was in Cleveland. But he's going to be a gap quarterback, unfortunately, for the rest of his career. I just want anybody in there. I want anybody. Bama, I'd rather have you be the starting quarterback in Cleveland.
Tyrod Taylor, somebody.
But I'll say this right now. Talk to your boy Hugh. If I was starting in Cleveland right now, I'm throwing for at least 3 bands. I'll put that on my daddy, bro. Like, and he dead. Like, I'm throwing for 3 bands right now. At least 20 touchdowns. Like, I'm dead ass, bro. Like, for real, I'm surgical, bro. I know the game. So now we gonna go back to Jimmy Garoppolo. 2017, that was in the midst of, Colin Kaepernick kneeing, everybody, protesting. Niners was garbage. Same good defense, all of that. Everybody sucking them. Oh, okay. They got a good defense. That same good defense. They was trash. Jimmy G come in 5-0. The next year, he only played 3 games. He go 1-2. I assume he got injured or something like that. The very next year, Super Bowl 13-3.
All right.
Oh, he does.
Now hurt again, 3-3. This year, they go to the NFC Championship. So out of 4 years, he gets you to the Super Bowl, NFC Championship twice. If you think in a grand scheme of, I try to tell people this, in football, we play to win a game. So if you look in the grand scheme of winning games, if you think the Niners just going to let Jimmy G just walk up out, listen, Shanahan did not want Jimmy G either. Everybody was talking about the young bull. Shouts out to my brother Sandy, Trey Lance, all them type of guys. Everybody talking about Trey Lance. Listen, Shanahan said when Fred Warner and them boys all came up in there and said Jimmy G is our guy,
Take you to school tomorrow. Wake me up.
we got to fall back. One thing we talk about with coaching, being a quarterback, how well do you take control of the locker room? How well do you have control of that team? If they let Jimmy G go, do you think Kyle Shanahan still has control of that team after I just told you his captains on defense said, we like Jimmy G?
Oh, for sure, no.
Oh, okay.
But that goes back to what I said, right? You don't know what happens in practice. So if everybody's saying it's Jimmy, they're seeing something in Trey Lance, and that's why, like I said, he's either going to stay or they're going to try to upgrade. You can't go to Trey Lance
because that brought me
Jimmy
back
G.
to when I first started talking about Jimmy G. What if Jimmy G's role on the team is not to throw 500 yards a game? What if his role on the team
manager,
is to make everybody feel comfortable? Is to make everybody feel like, hey, when we do play offense-dominated teams or teams on paper that should be better than us, like the Cowboys and Packers, what if my job is to make guys like Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Elijah Mitchell feel like, hey, bro, you guys have what it takes to help us beat these type of teams. What if that's my job? What if that's my job? And what if maybe I'm not an elite passer, but I'm an elite galvanizer of the troops? What if I'm an elite motivator? What if I'm an elite student of the game? What if I'm an elite to where whatever Kyle Shanahan wants, I know how to implement that to my team, and I know how to speak the language in order for my team to understand it and go out there and carry out what Kyle Shanahan wants. What if I'm elite in that regard?
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you, but
do you get that from Trey Lance?
But I agree with everything you're saying, but you know what the masses are going to be saying, which is he's not elite, he's not good enough, he can't throw for 500 yards, he can't throw for 5 touchdowns, and that's what the paying customer wants. So I think you're right. I hope they don't fall victim to listening to the fans, but they might, if they feel, I know Aaron Rodgers is a bad example, but Northern Cali kid, elite, has all the skills, has all the tools. They could fall in love with this would sell tickets, more TV games if we get him here.
So let me ask y'all this, and I know it's gonna be hard for y'all to do this. So we'll just play hypothetical A and B. If I told you that A throws for 500 yards on a consistent basis, multiple touchdowns, but if I told you he went to the playoffs 4 times and he's 0-4 in the playoffs, and then I told you B, he went to the Super Bowl and he went to 2 NFC championships, two conference championships in 4 years, everybody and their mama would take B. Now, if I show you the type of stats B would have, you're not going to worry about that because all you looking at is the end result, which is getting to a championship or a Super Bowl. So that's why I say it's just so unfair for people to be like, oh, Jimmy G is not going to get it. Because now you're taking a gamble. Because I can easily show you guys like Dak Prescott who can throw for 500 yards a game.
Can't win
no playoff wins. When it comes to the playoffs, trash. What that was it? Trash. Play like he on the perk 30. Play like he on the perk 30. That's all
and I'm in fairness, I got 49er fans that don't want to see Trey Lance at all. Like they love Jimmy G. They want to keep him. So in fairness, like I get it.
And I know 49ers fans who hate Jimmy G and wish he would just get on the first thing smoking. Wish he would retire tomorrow.
I mean, just history, the way it plays out, like, I don't see how you sit him for 2 years after trading up to draft him. Like, that to me is just hard to see.
Okay. Dub? How you feel?
We talking about Jimmy G, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've mentioned it before. He doesn't deserve the hate that he gets. I just wanted to say this now because I know I'm going to say it later. Fluent, bro. Love you, dog. But from a guy who really played the sport, bro, it's like, I don't understand why you think the way you do. I feel as if I should be the guy leaning more on stats than you. And it's like the other way around. It's just like, bro, I just wanted to say this because I ain't want to just say it. I just like, bro, it really boggles my brain. It just really does.
Because his homie is Hugh Jackson, and all they look at is stats, and that's how they choose.
No way.
No, that's how you look at it.
It's actually not true. Hugh is actually not the analytical guy. And like I remember, I had him and Cynthia Freeland on together, and she's obviously all analytics, and he's all not. And it was a good conversation. But that being said, I look at stats historically because I don't think people do it enough. People put too much weight on the eye test. They want to see the girl who's really pretty and her makeup's really nice. I want to talk to her and hear if she's dumb. And that's what stats tell me. It's what did you do with all that talent? Because you can have all the talent in the world and the eye test look great, but if you don't produce, I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap if you don't produce. So if you're not putting up numbers and you're not getting wins, then all that talent is wasted. So that's why I look at both, but I do kind of look at stats historically to say, if I need to compare two players, I want to look at the person who has the most yards, who has the most touchdowns, who has the most wins, because that's the person who had a better career.
I just want to say that. And I got people in the chat saying a bunch of nonsense. Y'all want to know something? I've been right about more of the things on the show than a lot of people up here. I'm talking about predictions and everything else. I've been calling a lot of shit. So
you pick games. You pick games
has been working really good for me.
Shout out to Dub. Shout out all the Dubaholics, and also shout out all the Dub haters who fuel his fire to keep spitting what he be spitting.
And I love it. I do love the hate.
Now we are going to get into one of our drafts. We haven't done too many drafts on this show. Today we got one for you guys. Obviously, we got a big couple weeks coming up, so this is going to kick off basically everything that we got up until the Super Bowl. The draft today is going to be the top headlines going into the Super Bowl. Does everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any questions?
Top headlines going into the Super Bowl.
So basically, it's like, what's the main attraction for the Super Bowl? What is the main message for this Super Bowl and how it's going to turn out? Is it, I don't want to give nobody any hints, but it's like, is it this guy versus this guy? You know?
We got it. We got it.
Let's go.
So the chat, I want you guys to decide the draft pick. I don't have it up here yet, but you guys let us know who's gonna go in order. We got
the order. The first person to put it out there, we're going with that. Just like on Player's Choice.
We got Ben, Bama, Ron, Dub, Fluent, and G Baby. That's the 6 to choose from.
I thought that was the order. I was like, dang.
Oh no.
That's fast.
Oh, God, the fist. I fucking hate you.
All right, here we go. We got G Baby, Dub, Ben, Ron, Bama, Fluent.
Always Fluent last. They always save the best for last.
Hey, I'm glad they let G Baby go first. I want to say this before he go, man. Well, you're holding your own on this show, where you getting off. You in your bag right
Oh,
now.
shoot.
We ain't had a lot of guests. We ain't had a lot of guests on here, but you in your bag with it. Just
For sure.
be your first time on the show. So shouts out to you, bro.
G Baby
Appreciate
that
you, man.
guy, man.
Appreciate you.
Shout out to Shaq Army, even though Shaq's not here.
Shout out Shaq.
Look,
I'm a part of Shaq. I'm a part of Shaq's army too. I hate to say it. I know y'all. A lot of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm part of Shaq's army too. Shaq, that guy.
Oh, I'm a Dell disciple personally.
That was just
I like Dale. I like Dale.
They actually called it Dale Minion. If I'm a
Dale
bit
Minion.
correct,
They should
but-
change it.
JD disciples.
Oh, really? Oh, God, no. That's terrible. No, it should be the Dell disciples. But anyways, all right, go ahead.
All right, so G Baby, it's on you. Top headlines / storylines going into the Super Bowl. Strictly about the Super Bowl though, or the game.
Okay.
On the field and off the field.
Okay, well, I know mine. I think it's everybody's favorite white boys this year. It's Joe
Me?
Burrow. Joe Burrow versus Cooper Kupp. Which one of them gonna get their ring? As far as I've seen, I know there's been a little bit of hate. Everybody loved Cooper Kupp and everybody loved Joe Burrow. I've been saying Joe Burrow that guy. I've been saying Cooper Kupp that guy.
Mhm.
I honestly don't care who wins as long as one of them get it. You know what I mean? It's tough because I love Joe Burrow. I loved him at LSU. I knew he was gonna be something. So I've drafted him every year in fantasy. Like went out of my way to get him. But Cooper Kupp, man, that's been my guy for years. So and you root for
Watch your mouth when you bring up LSU too, please. Be careful.
Oh yeah. I forgot. My bad. But yeah, Joe
I
Burrow,
love Cooper Kupp too, man.
No, you don't.
It's just
No,
I
you
acknowledge
don't,
who
bro.
he is. I love everything he does, bro. I just know who he is.
I could see where Doug coming from, but at the end of the day,
I mean, all jokes aside, like I get
All
it
jokes
too,
aside,
but
bro.
everybody
Bro,
everybody gets it. It's just, it's coming from me.
So wait, G Baby.
So
you're
what did he
going with
pick?
Joe Burrow versus Cooper Kupp
Yeah.
over Joe Burrow versus Matt Stafford?
Yo, whoa.
Yes,
That's
because I
100.
think people
That's 100 though. That's
because
fire.
a lot of people like, yeah, Matt Stafford's cool, but people
Yeah.
really rock with
So
Cooper
you're
Kupp
going-
like
you're
that.
going-
I see what
So
you're saying. Though.
Who has a better
Yeah,
game,
I see
Joe
it.
Burrow or Cooper Kupp? That's your top story.
It was more so like who gets their ring, like because
Okay.
people are rooted for both. So it's like who gets their ring.
Nah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Can you
Fan
put a number
favorite.
one above that?
Yeah.
A number one above the Joe Burrow versus Cooper Kupp?
Oh, okay.
So people know that was the first pick.
I just wrote
Doug,
mine.
you can't really say. I see what you're saying, but you can't say like the people love Matt Stafford over Cooper Kupp though. Cooper Kupp a good feel good story. D1AA Eastern.
Oh yeah,
Washington,
they
bro.
do.
Like
They do.
his girlfriend supported him through. Bro was broke. He'll feel. It's all about the American dream. The American dream is being able to come up from nothing. And if you sit there and discredit a dude like Cooper Kupp, it's hard to
Everybody's
say
going to
that.
brush people the wrong way.
Nah, it's just like, bro, you can't say you American, bro. That's a part of the American dream, bro. Nah, y'all laughing. I'm
I get you.
dead ass,
I
though,
get
bro,
you, sir. I get you.
being able to come up from nothing, bro, and really be able to make somebody yourself through hard work and
Yeah.
dedication, grinding, bro. Like
That's why I like.
I respect that boy Coop, man.
Me
like,
too.
Yeah, he not as
Can we
flashy
go?
as a
Can we move on
Tyreek.
the draft?
Yeah.
Doug. I see
Don't
you
drafts
already
have
posted
time
the
limits per
topic.
pick?
My headline of the Super Bowl is, can Matthew Stafford prove the doubters wrong?
Oh man.
Okay.
Now is Ben. Ben, it's your turn.
All right. I'm ready to see this matchup. Jamar Chase versus Jalen Ramsey.
That's a good one.
I want to see what's gonna happen with that.
They could put him there, but
Ron?
Okay. I'm actually gonna go with the Joe Mixon versus the Rams defense just in general. So they got Von Miller, they got Aaron Donaldson, they got a pretty good defense. I want to see what Joe Mixon's gonna do against that defense.
Fire. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire, bro. That's fire. You almost brought tears to my eyes. That's fire, bro.
Hey, well, you next, Bama. Bring tears to everybody else's eyes. Bring tears.
Nah, so I'm gonna go with I'm going more with I'm not even gonna dig into what I would want to selfishly see, because I would say something like along the lines of what you would say. I would say Cam Akers versus the Bengals defense and Joe Mixon versus the Rams defense. But I'm gonna go with, I feel like, is Joe Burrow going to implement his status as being the next? Because I feel like that's what everybody's looking for, the next Brady. Is Joe Burrow going to get to that point to where he could possibly be the next Brady?
Yeah.
And with Cooper Kupp, is he going to seal the deal as the best receiver to come through the NFL?
Which one is it?
Hold up,
Wait. You're naming
you gotta
two.
go one.
You're naming
gonna have a
two.
second.
Come on,
it's
Bama.
two.
No, you
It
can't
gotta be
name two.
because it's two. It's two.
Bama, you got 2 picks. Bama,
You gotta
got 2
save
picks.
your
Right
second
now, you
one.
gotta just choose one.
I might have
It's
picked that
hard,
other
though,
one.
because it's both of them.
Yeah, it's
I'm
hard. I know.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
why
say
you
both of
save
them
it. That's why
again.
you
I'm gonna
save
say
it.
both of them again, though, because bro, like,
But what if
bro,
I pick one?
But Fluid could
I
pick
feel
it.
you though, because it's like one of them is like, can Cooper Kupp show that he had the best season ever since Jerry?
Which
the
one
GOAT?
is your
No,
story?
bro, like,
What
stop.
is it?
Like, I'm dead ass. Like,
No,
I'm
Bama,
for real, though.
but Bama, you're not lying with what you're saying.
I'm
Both
for
of those
real.
are
You
great
can't
picks.
get up to the podium and say I'm picking both my players right now. 'Cause what
Yeah,
if someone else wants to
yeah.
pick that player?
It's so hard to
I know
choose.
it's
But-
hard. Which
So
one
you
gonna
gotta.
choose, bro?
It's
Equally,
strategy,
like
bro.
they so equal though. They so
Yeah,
equal because
You know what? All right, let him. That's fine.
I'm gonna say this. Is what I'm gonna say.
You could have both.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go with
pick
the
two
safe
other
one.
ones.
I'm gonna go with the
Go ahead.
safe one. I'm gonna go with Cooper Kupp implementing himself over, because ESPN has already showed he had the best season over Jerry Rice. So I want to see, can Cooper Kupp seal the deal? Because if I'm not mistaken, I haven't seen. Correct me, OG. On that season where Jerry Rice had 1,800 yards, they won the Super Bowl, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Sir, if I remember correctly,
So
he's got to win the
with
Super Bowl.
Cooper, he got to win the Super Bowl, bro. Like that's big. That's big.
So basically,
is Cooper Kupp as good as advertised?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that what you wanted to say, or do you
Yeah.
wanted to say, can Cooper Kupp cap his historic season with the championship?
Can he cap his historic season over? Because right now, still though, the most historic season goes to Jerry Rice with the 1,800, and because he won a Super Bowl, like he capped it off for the Super Bowl. Calvin Johnson didn't cap his off. All them other boys, Julio, all them boys, they didn't cap it off for the Super Bowl. Jerry Rice is the only receiver to cap it off for the Super Bowl. So if Cooper Kupp caps it off with a Super Bowl, bro, like you gotta put some respect on Doug. You're gonna have to put that boy in your top 10, Doug. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna have to put that boy in your
So I'll
top
tell you.
5.
So I'll tell you. Top 5. So I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna leave the Joe Burrow. I was gonna do the Joe Burrow, but I'm gonna leave that for Bama because that's family. He's living in my house in Arizona, so I'm gonna leave that for Bama. I'm gonna take 2 Rams stories. Okay, one, was Matthew Stafford worth it? Because don't forget, they traded 2 first-round picks and Jared Goff. If they just did that to lose in the Super Bowl, well, they did that with Jared Goff. That's a waste. So was he worth it? That's my first one. Was Matthew Stafford worth it, giving up 2 first-round picks and Jared Goff just to lose in the Super Bowl again? And my second one, I'm gonna say, like I said, I'm gonna stick with the Rams. The Rams went all in. Von Miller, OBJ, they did everything to win this year. They traded away everything to win this year. They went all in. Will it pay off? Will it pay off? Because again, if they don't win, what will everybody say? Wasted season. What a waste.
Failure.
So wait, what's the second one? What's the second one?
So the second one was the Rams all-in approach. Did it pay off? Right? Von Miller, they already had they have Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd. So then they went all in with Von Miller, OBJ. Like they did everything, right? They didn't know Robert. Just remember this. When they traded for OBJ, Robert Woods wasn't hurt yet.
Tore his ACL in practice. But
that's what I'm saying. Remember, when they got him, they still had Robert Woods. So it wasn't like they got OBJ because Robert Woods got hurt. So they were going all in either way.
OBJ was finna be the third.
The day after they got OBJ, Robert Woods tore his ACL. You can't plan that. You can't even make that up.
You can't even make that up. So that's what I'm saying. They went all in with Von Miller and OBJ and all those guys. So will it pay off?
That's good.
That's crazy. A 4 wide
No, they're
receiver
great.
set
Both
with
of them are
Robert
great.
Woods,
If the
Odell,
chat don't pick
OBJ.
me, come
Ooh.
on.
Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, OBJ. Oh my
Van
God.
Jefferson in a 4 wide
And then
receiver
Cam
set.
Akers. Oh, I ain't gonna fantasize Cam Akers in the backfield.
If Robert Woods was still here,
what's your
it'd be
second headline?
Go ahead. It's
Oh,
Joe
I
Burrow.
already said it. So it would be Joe Burrow. Could Joe? Because basically, what I see from
Is
everybody,
Joe Burrow
Could
the
Joe
emerging
Burrow-
Joe
GOAT?
Burrow is gonna be like that Brady. Is he gonna be that guy that hogs all the championships and everything? Because
Can
I feel
Joe
like that's
Burrow
what everybody
replicate
looking
Patrick
for.
Mahomes?
No, a GOAT, Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Tom Brady, Doug. Come on.
Just so
Doug.
you know,
Come
not the
on,
GOAT
Doug.
like we used to call GOATs, because back in my day, GOAT wasn't greatest of all time. A GOAT was like Patrick Mahomes costing
Because-
the team a game.
And that is true.
I'm gonna also say this: Cam Newton was the first quarterback to come close, but no quarterback has won a national championship, Heisman, and a MVP and a Super Bowl. Cam Newton was Joe Burrow wasn't up to win the MVP, but he has a chance to win a Heisman, NCAA championship, and
He
a
could
Super
win the
Bowl.
MVP next year.
It's
That'd be the
still
first-
no quarterback
He-
that's ever won an
Yeah.
NCAA championship and a Super Bowl
He
and
the
a
first.
and
He
a
would be the
Heisman.
first.
So
Hey,
Joe Burrow has a chance to do that. That's why I got to go with Joe Burrow.
you said quarterback, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
quarterback. Yeah.
Ron.
So
My brain's
Burrow
not
has a
turning.
chance. He has a chance to do. I like Joe Burrow, man.
I love him.
He won that game at Arrowhead. I'm just
Like I
saying
said,
that.
Joe Shiesty.
Joe Burrow.
GOATs, go. Joe Burr is my favorite nickname, by the way, because he's
Joe
so
Burr.
cold. Joe
You gotta
Burr.
say Joe Burrow.
Joe Burr. But I say, listen, GOATs like Jordan and Burrow smoke cigars. That's all I'm saying.
Joe Burrow got swagger, boy. Joe
Yeah.
Burrow really got swagger, bro. He's a
Smoke
different
that
animal.
cigar, boy.
Ron, what's your pick, man?
All right, next pick. We've all said stuff on the field. I'm gonna actually go with the main attraction off the field. I'm actually gonna go with the halftime show. Dub, can you just put halftime? Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar.
That about to be fire.
Dr.
That's
Dre,
a mean halftime lineup.
Mary J. How do you spell Blige again?
La 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 la.
ELIDGE.
DGE.
1G.
1G? Yeah, I
I
got
said
1G.
DG.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DG. Eminem.
Guys, it's Blige. BLIGE.
Oh, there's no D in there?
You guys are too young. You guys are too young.
My parents played enough.
Listen,
of that
man.
album.
Listen, me and Mary J, we would love us through and through. And though we made it through the storm, I really want you to realize I really want to put her on. Okay, go.
Eminem.
Sorry,
Who
I
else?
love me some Mary.
Nope.
Snoop Dogg.
Kendrick Lamar, the GOAT.
Kendrick Lamar.
Goat.
What?
And who
No, I
else?
think
Who's the
J. Cole
last
the
one?
GOAT though. J. Cole
What?
one of them GOAT.
Kendrick
J.
Lamar.
Cole one up.
Yeah.
How you guys keep putting kids as goats? I think there should be an age limit on a goat.
100. I respect that fluent.
Did I miss one? Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar,
Kendrick. Yeah.
Sir.
and Drake?
Nah.
No.
Time out. What you say?
Nah, I didn't say Drake. That was
You say Mary J.
No,
Blige?
Yeah.
Dr. Dre, Eminem, Snoop, Mary J, and Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick.
Those 5, right?
Yeah.
That's the halftime show.
That's
Yeah.
a halftime show, yeah.
Ooh, they cut up with that, especially with that Mary J. up in there.
Ben, what you got?
Hmm. Got it. Bengals. Can the Bengals O line hold that Rams defense?
Like that.
Von Miller, Aaron
I
Donald,
like that.
because the Bengals O line gave up like 9 sacks against the
Versus the
Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
Is there
Yeah,
does
just
anybody
the
else still have a
Titans.
pick?
I put can the Bengals online contain Aaron Donald and Von Miller?
Okay. All right.
Is that is
'Cause
that good for
I have
you?
something to
Rams
say to
defense.
that, but I don't want to steal someone else's pick, so I'm not gonna say no.
That good for you, Ben?
That's good. That's straight.
So my other pick shall be Can Sean McVay solidify himself as an all-time coach?
Ooh.
One win wouldn't do that, so no.
Solid.
Dang, Dub. Garp the fisted. Just all you, bro.
Fuck him.
I know, but they.
Bro, come on, Doug. Don't do that, bro. I love our chat, bro. We got the most latest chat. Hey,
Nah,
man,
I
shouts
do
out
it.
to the chat,
Listen,
bro.
I do it.
Y'all
I
cook it,
do it.
bro.
I do it off.
I mess with y'all,
I do
bro.
it off for jokes, man. I really don't. I don't despise God Defender. It's just fun fighting with him. It's like a little brother.
I got my votes in,
Kiss
Ron.
on my
Just
face,
so,
solidify.
I see that.
come on, I want to say something about Ben's pick. Come on, make your last
G
pick.
baby, your turn, bro.
Yeah, there ain't really nothing left, so
I'm gonna give it to him because he's a guest. Can I give you one?
go ahead.
Because Ben said, can they stop them? My thing is, does it matter? Because Tennessee sacked him 9 times, it's still won. So does it matter if they can stop them or not?
Nah, don't go with that one. Tennessee had a terrible offense. Don't go with that one.
Hey, I'm trying to win.
But the
Dub. I'm
Bengals,
trying to win.
he kind of hit the spot with it a little bit. Just don't think of offensive, think of defensive.
Nah, because the route I'm probably gonna go that I was thinking about is that inexperience gonna catch up to the Bengals. Because everybody's saying, nah, they too young, Burrow too young,
Good.
you know. But I was like, nah, it don't matter. They here now. They coming to play. I mean, Jared Goff. Everybody thought that Patriots Rams Super Bowl was gonna go crazy.
Yep.
So
They got nothing
is
to
that
lose.
inexperience? I mean, I don't think it will, but
It's a question. It's a good question.
Yeah, is that inexperience finally gonna catch up to him? So
nice.
This is Zach Taylor's 3rd season. Because his first one, he ain't had nobody at quarterback, right? This is Zach Taylor's 3rd season.
Zach Taylor.
As a head coach.
Is it? I'm not sure.
It's either 2nd or 3rd. I don't think.
No, I think I thought he was the same as Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
I thought so.
Yeah,
I thought so.
Maybe.
All right. So chat. You guys let us know who you think won. YouTube, when you guys watch this video, comment. Let us know.
Oh, YouTube's in already.
Yeah, I'm talking about YouTube. You let us know who you think won too. But those who watch it in the future aren't watching live. Which, if you're not watching live, you're missing out on the whole vote. I'm telling you, you're missing out on everything.
It's Zach Taylor's 3rd year.
It is his 3rd year. Okay,
yeah, that's what I thought.
Thank you. Who said it? Somebody said it in the chat.
It's his 3rd.
Thank you. What's his name?
Yeah, he been there since 2020.
Iggy in the clutch. Thank you for saying that. The inexperience is that inexperience going to catch up to the Bengals. All right. Anybody? Who won?
All right, fellas. Well, we gotta wrap this up. So
I think I saw more votes for Fluent in it than anybody else.
I seen Fluent lost because. Let me see again. Somebody said Fluent lost.
Someone said
because his two are the same.
Yeah, I see mine.
That is true. Ben,
I only said those 2 because I gave Bama 1. Get out.
That is true.
I was being a good sport.
Yo,
Gideon, shout out to Gideon. Shout out to King Griffith.
Yeah,
I already know what's up.
Yes, sir.
Shout out, Gabe.
We've reached that part of the show where we have an honored guest. So, G-Baby, you get to give us your top 5. If you get to choose, do you want quarterbacks, receivers, or running backs? You get to choose 2 out of the 3.
2 out of the 3?
Yeah, whichever one you would like to do.
Let me just get quarterbacks out the way because that's the easiest one that I can think of. So I got Brady, Montana. I think that's obvious. 3 through 5 always shuffles for me because every day I have different opinions. And it's gonna hurt my heart doing it, but I'm gonna go Peyton 3. I'm sorry, Peyton 3. Drew 4.
Patrick Mahomes.
No,
not top 50, top 5.
Y'all boys sound biased to pre-2006.
Like I give
autogram.
Don't want to put him there, so I'm gonna go Elway at 5.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to put Marino, but Elway, the way he finished off his career, always like to me, it's gonna give him that edge.
Oh, you mean
Just
how
a little
Terrell
bit.
Davis carried him to 2 Super Bowl wins?
Maybe, but yeah.
I mean, it's
Oh,
consistent
it matters.
because
It
Peyton
matters.
Manning,
It
Peyton
matters.
Manning got carried by Von Miller.
which is why I'm giving him the nod over Breeze, but I didn't want to do that either.
That's
All right.
Um,
And are you going receivers or running backs?
I'm gonna go receivers only because running backs are so tough. Because I don't. Hot take. I don't think Emmitt Smith was as good as people said he was. Like
He's not. He's not top 5.
I don't rock it with him like that.
Oh no,
But,
hell no, he ain't top 5.
He's not top 5.
But maybe because I'm around a lot of Cowboy fans. That's probably why I hear it all the time. So receivers, Jerry Rice and Randy Moss and Terrell Owens are top 3.
Cut up, man.
Say it again.
That's fire.
Jerry Rice,
Mm-hmm.
Randy Moss, Terrell Owens.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Come on, finish strong with the left.
Yeah, you gotta finish
I'm
strong.
trying to because that one.
No
Yeah.
judge because it's called player's choice, but finish strong on my way.
So those 3. I really like Megatron. I know he didn't play that long.
Say
but I
it.
really
Say
like-
it. Say it
I
then.
really
Live
like
with
Better
it.
not.
Say
You
Megatron.
better-
Say
you better
Megatron.
not say them, and you know who got off. You know who got off. You know who you need to say that for.
Chad Ochocinco.
Say it.
Double P.
You got wait. Do you got Megatron in your list or not?
Yeah, I put him 4.
Fire.
Ooh,
I know he didn't play that
this.
long.
I like.
I
your
saw
top
Meg.
three.
I
I
saw
can't
Meg.
argue with Megatron.
It's because Megatron was the first, like him and Randy Moss, because Terrell Owens was past his prime when I started like paying attention. I've seen Megatron do stuff on a team that was just sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like,
Oh
bruh.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Who's your last one? One more.
And tell them, give it. This is for the Seattle guys. You know who it is. It's for the Seattle guys. Go ahead. I'll help you.
DK Metcalf.
Steve Large.
Man,
Nah,
he was the first Cooper Cup.
Who you got, G baby?
this one's so tough, but I know we got time, so.
Ain't no wrong answer, bro.
There's no wrong answer.
There
Even
you
if
go.
it's even if it is Don.
I'm gonna put Julio there, but I know I'm blanking on somebody
Talk your
else.
talk. Talk your
I'ma
talk.
put
Julio's not
Julio
bad.
there.
I
Julio's
ain't
not
mad
bad.
at you.
I'm
I
not
ain't
mad,
at
bro.
that. I'm not mad at that.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
not
so,
mad.
so for TikTok purposes, can you relist your whole 5?
All right, for receivers only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so for receivers, I got Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Megatron, Julio Jones.
That's fire. I'm
That's a
not gonna lie.
great list. You
All
won't
right.
like Marvin Harrison like that?
Forgot about him.
Y'all forgot about Marvin
forgot
Harrison?
about him. I forgot about him.
That's what I was thinking. I thought you was gonna go with him.
That's why I was like, I know I'm blanking on somebody. But I'm gonna keep Julio there.
No, Steve Largent, eh?
All right. Well,
All
there we
right,
go.
fellas.
Can we make sure we do running backs next week?
We could do that.
Well,
Let me go. Can I go first when we do running back?
No, we're
Yes.
gonna get into ours later in the summer. Right now, we just have a guest, so we got to give them their spotlight and whatnot. All right, fellas, we are wrapping things up. G baby, I'm gonna start with you. What's your closing words? Appreciate you coming on, doing your thing. You showed out in Players' Choice last episode, and you showed out today.
And like I said, it's all love. I appreciate y'all for having me on. It's honestly an honor. Y'all want to follow me _G.baby22 on TikTok and Instagram. Those are the only places I'm active. So yeah, appreciate y'all for having me on. Honestly, it's been a pleasure.
amazing.
Yes, sir. Ben, closing remarks.
Y'all watching on YouTube, follow Players George Grid on YouTube. If y'all watching, follow the IG PC _gridiron Instagram. Follow me on TikTok, bbin923. TikTok for Players George Gridiron. And yeah, this was a great show.
Alabama.
Hey man, I just want to say Shouts out to our chat, bro. All our followers, bro. I appreciate y'all, bro. Y'all boys be extra live in the chat. I appreciate that. That's what make me want to get up and come do this show every day. Pretty sure that all these other guys can second that. If you haven't, follow PC_gridiron on TikTok, Players Choice Gridiron on YouTube, sports_fluent. That's my favorite show right now. TikTok, the world out there, y'all can learn a lot from this guy right here, regardless of whatever your personal biases are. BBN923, he cutting up over there on Instagram. I watched this whole 73-minute live. Go watch them boys. These is people I'm watching. I'm not saying this because I'm on the show with them. I'm keeping it a being right now. Like when I'm bored at work, like I see what these boys posted. Like these boys really got good content. I gotta go watch G Baby now because he ain't got on the show. He doing a good job. So please go follow them boys. If y'all feel like watching some Apex, want to ask me about sports, come watch Scam Thanos TV. I'm pretty tough in Apex, you know what I'm saying? Also on TikTok, I just made one. Me and Doug will be playing a few more games soon. But for the most part, if y'all still like sports, man, go follow these two guys, Ben and Fluent, man. I'm genuinely saying it, not just because I'm on the show with y'all and I gotta check out your content, G Baby, but I'm serious, especially Fluent, man. Like if y'all are really looking for to, further y'all knowledge on sports and just life in general, man, go check out Sports Fluent on YouTube, sports_fluent. I'm sorry, on YouTube. Fire shows, dog. Like great shows. Being on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? He going up on Instagram. Go check out my bros, man. Like for real. Go check out my OG. Like go check them boys out. Check me out. Everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, double down on this, man. We appreciate y'all in the chat, our followers, everything. Without y'all, there's no us, dog. I'm forever grateful for y'all. T-Bone, Guard, Fisted, Jeff, everybody, man. Like I'm so
Davis,
so godly. 4-day, everybody, man, bro. We so grateful for y'all, bro. Like for real, bro. Y'all make us get up and do this every Tuesday faithfully. So we grateful for y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I second all of that. Even though y'all always put me last on the draft, I really do appreciate everybody's interaction. I just want you to know, because maybe I'll give you a quick backstory, because I always have news to drop, every week. Last week it was about the TV show that I'm going to be on, and all, so I do have something big that I want to drop here in a second. But I want to say something. I was fortunate enough to be a guest on Player's Choice on the basketball edition, and I was like, man, this is a lot of fun. And I kept in contact with Shaq, and we were talking. And after about, I don't know, it was a month or so, I think I've been on the show, and I was like, yo, man, we need to do this for football. Because like this is a good plot, like the way they had Players Choice set up. I said, it'd be and I go, and if you do, put me on that list. I will be there every single week if you do Players Choice at the time football. So I was really excited when they put us together. And just so you guys know, we didn't know each other. Like I knew Dub just from that one time I was on Player's Choice, and Ron from that one time. So we didn't really know each other. So, if you go back to the first episodes, you're like, do we, there was that kind of hesitation because like, can I make fun of Bama? Can I make fun of Dub? You don't know. But now it's like you could see how we've grown. Like we actually friends now, which I think helps. I could tell from the chat, like you guys are our friends now too. Like, you know what I mean? It brought us together. So that being said,
we see you and Dub's father-son relationship that you guys just bump heads.
Yeah, but that's you
but
can
you
see
know
it
what?
was
It's all love.
you could
though.
see it was organic. Like you could see like from the start we weren't like that, and it is that like that now. So I really appreciate the friendships too, right? So that being said, you gave out a shout out to Sports Fluent, my one podcast, and Ben was saying about Fluent and Chill, the one I do with Chilltown Hoops, the other OG. And so I do want to drop it out there. I know it's a couple of months away, but we just hired I don't even know what the title is, but basically she's going to be an apparel designer, and we coming out with a Fluent and Chill line of like hats and shirts and hoodies. And I won't tell you, I'll give you a hint. A sneaker company in Oregon gonna have some Fluent and Chill sneakers. So just it's coming. We just hired her. She's putting the designs together. So watch for that. I'm really excited about it, obviously. So I won't give you who they are, but
Nike,
just,
New Balance, or
just,
Adidas.
I'm just saying.
Just let me know. Nike, New Balance, or Adidas.
I'm not saying nothing.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. So that, and of course, I always, sports_so_fluent. Give us a follow, of course. Dem Ones is the name of the TV show, gonna be out on Netflix in the summer. So that's all I got to say, and thank you to everybody. Appreciate it.
Shout out to everybody that's tuning in live. Shout out to everybody that goes and watches it in the future. Same thing everybody said. We appreciate you guys. Please give everybody a follow. Follow PC_gridiron. Follow us on TikTok as well. Continue to comment, continue to like. And also, we like you guys' interaction with us, and we want to interact back with you guys. You interacting with us might possibly get you a chance on the show as you see G Baby. So holla at us, communicate with us. We love you guys.
One last thing. You forgot my little piece, Ron.
What's up?
That's okay. We heard
I
enough
was
from
saving.
Dub
I was,
today.
I
Oh,
was
you
saving it
save
for
it
you.
from. Oh, thank
We
you.
heard
Thank you.
enough about Dub from today.
Nah, but just shout out to everybody. I see a lot of people on Discord. If you're not part of Discord, please join up. It's a great place to be. A lot of people showing love. A lot of people in the chat showing love. And I would just like to say thank you guys. It's just thank you, bro. I mean, me personally, I didn't expect any of these things to happen. The relationships that would have been built between all of these guys. Fluent, I know me and you butt heads a lot of times, but no cap, bro. Like,
We
it's
cool.
it's all love, bro. It's all love, and it's all love in the chat. It's all love in the Discord. Guard the fist, and I know I fuck with you a lot, but it's all love, man. And I thank you guys all extremely from the bottom of my heart. Me personally, man, I never expected any of this to be possible. And Shaq and Dale and Jay ain't here right now, but special thanks to those guys. Special thanks to you, Ron. Special thanks to you, Bama, Fluent, all you guys, bro. Just appreciate you guys and thank you for all the love and all the support, bro. For real.
Yo,
we're gonna
these
be
were
back.
real emotional
We're
losses.
gonna be back next week. Yo, we're gonna be back next week, y'all. Like
Crazy.
Yeah.
And just because the season's about to come to an end doesn't mean this is our second to last episode or something.
Now, what
That's how
I
it
will
does
say real
feel like
quick
that.
though, what I will want to say quick kudos. Shouts out to Doug, man. At first JD used to run our, PC Gridiron. Doug was foreign to running this.
Mm-hmm.
Dub has finally got comfortable with it to now.
Yeah.
He might still need a little time, but he's not panicking no more. So shouts out to that dude for being a student of his craft and overcoming the adversities of being a moderator for a show, man. So Dub, I see you, bro. I know there's a lot of stuff, bro. Like I'm shouts out to you, bro, for overcoming those, stressors and being able to help us promote this show. And like I said, we had a weekend we had got 2,000 followers in one weekend, bro. That's a part of you uploading content, being fluent. Shouts out to y'all boys for constantly putting that content on our TikTok. And then shouts out to y'all in the chat, our followers, bro. Because without y'all, there is no us, bro. I'm gonna stress that again, dog.
That's so Bama. Let me just say, Bama. Can I just say that's so much better than telling them if they don't, their mama stank and they grandma ain't got no edges.
No, because if y'all don't mess with us, your grandmama stank. Your mama ain't got no edges. Your sister don't know who her baby daddy is. Your auntie ugly. Can't cook. All of that, boy. For real. So you better follow us at PC_Grid.
All right, you guys heard it from Bama. You heard it from everybody else. We will see you next week. We'll have a Royal Rumble next week and a full lineup. Stay tuned. Until then, stay blessed.